Dum 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 dum. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Hey, ATM, what's up? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Hey, ATM, what's up? Space. ATM XO. ATM, what's up, ATM? Let's see. I'll play some music. Thanks for the like, ATM. Let's see what it's hitting for. Where you based at, ATM? I wonder if. Welcome to. We're spending most our lives living in a pastime paradise. Life is good. Life is good. Pastime paradise. It's my jam. Once I figured out that homie got this from Stevie Wonder, I was loving it. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the live. What's up? Consolation. Segregation. Metaverse. Samantha, what's up? Metaverse, what's up? Marvin Mendez, what's up? Creation, confirmation to the evils of the world. And spending most of their lives living in a future paradise. And spending most of their lives living in a future paradise. They've been looking in their minds for the day that sorrow's lost from time. They keep telling all the day when the Savior of love will come to stay. Tell me who of them will come to be? How many of them are you and me? Bright Eyes Girly, what's up? Valen, what's up? Consolation, integration. Thanks for the likes, Valen. Valentine. Jerviva, what's up? For salvation, vibration, simulation, confirmation to the peace of the world. And spending most of their lives living in a pastime paradise. It's crazy when you realize like how many songs you like are actually samples. Like I thought that was Coolio's Gangsta's Paradise, but it's really Stevie Wonder. Living in a future paradise. They've been spending most of their lives living in a future paradise. We've been spending too much of our lives living in a past paradise. Let's start living on the future paradise. I thought that was Coolio. I'm thinking it's Gangsta's Paradise. It's Stevie Wonder, bruh. I love it. Let me know if y'all got any song requests. Put me on some good music. MSV or Miss V, what's up? Trash Panda, what's up? Tahoe Angel, what's up? Zwadani, what's up, Zwadani? Stevie Wonder is everything. Valen like Valentine. Stevie Wonder is everything. I heard Smokey Robinson one time. He said, I think Stevie Wonder is the most talented person in life, of all of life. I think he's the most talented, but like not just music, all life. And that's Smokey Robinson said that shit about Stevie Wonder. Because remember, Smokey Robinson was a part of Motown early, so he saw when they brought Stevie Wonder on as a kid. And another lady, I think she was part of the Supreme, she was like, yo, you hear people throw around the word genius all the time, especially in Motown, but it wasn't until we seen Stevie Wonder come in, he was like an 11-year-old kid. But every instrument that we put him on, he played some good shit on. Put him on the drums, he went crazy. Put him on the piano, he went crazy. Put him, and then he whip out a harmonica out of his pocket, he going crazy. And then he's singing notes that you can't hit as an adult, and he's 11. And so she was like, oh, that's what a genius is. Yeah, bro, I get excited talking about Stevie Wonder, man. Stevie Wonder's off the fucking chain. And the ending of this song is so big. Like, all these sounds. Let me see. Stevie Wonder's everything. Well, I'm thinking Coolio or Bone Thugs. Right, you thinking of Coolio because you thinking of Gangsta's Paradise. But apparently they took that shit from Stevie Wonder. I didn't even know that. Like, you thinking of this? You thinking of this version? But I ain't never crossed a man that didn't deserve it. Be treated like a punk, you know that's unheard of. You better watch how you're talking and where you're walking, or you and your homies might be lying in trouble. I really hate the trip, but I gotta low. At the coke, I see myself in the pistol smoke. Boom, I'm the kind of G the little homies wanna be like on my knees in the night, saying prayers in the street light. Been spending most of the night living in the gangster's paradise. Been spending most of the night living in the gangster's paradise. Keep spending most of the night living in the gangster's paradise. Nah, man, look, music is amazing. Music is amazing, and I love me some music. The masters of voice and instruments. Nah, Stevie Wonder's incredible, yo. I put one of my homegirls on Love, Light, and Flight the other day. She's like, Stevie Wonder's my favorite artist of all time, and she's young. Hey, appreciate you for the heart, me, Valen. She was saying Stevie Wonder's her favorite artist, but she never heard Love, Light, and Flight. And I'm like, oh, you tripping. You need to listen to that song. And I put on to that song, and like a few days later, she hit me back. She was like, yo, I'm not going to lie to you. This is my new favorite song. Like, I'm listening to it nonstop every day. I'm like, for sure. I don't even know how I heard this damn song, but I'm like, because this shit is before my time, but I must have been listening to that station. Everybody got that station. Hold up. Love, Light, and Flight, if you don't know. What's up? What's up, honey? So many times, something always missing. But I know that you got the kind. Make me open away. What song is this? Hey, Valen, this is my jam. I'm telling you, Valen, so you know that good stuff. That's why. Valen, thank you so much, honey. What song is this? This is Love, Light, and Flight by Stevie Wonder. Love, Light, in Flight. I don't know why he named it that, but Love, Light, and Flight. Man, I put my homegirl to this song the other day. She's like, oh, Stevie Wonder, my favorite artist on everything. So I'm questioning her. I'm like, you heard this album? You heard this song? You know this song? You know this song? And I'm like, man, what about Love, Light, and Flight? She's like, oh, I never heard that. I'm like, oh, you tripping. 1, 2. Come on now. I should have known, yeah. Stevie Wonder is amazing, bro. His range is crazy. Valid. No, his range is crazy. 1000%. Sexy Shalia, thanks for the follow. Nah, Stevie Wonder's off the chain, man. For real. And they put me on another song recently. Actually, my homie put me on this album. I actually never heard this album before until he put me on it. Inner Visions. He was like, go listen to Inner Visions album by Stevie Wonder. And I was like, all right, cool. And my homeboy, he's not somebody who's like, he don't got bad taste in music. Like, bruh loves music. So he's like, nah, listen to this album. I'm like, all right. So I went and listened to it. And I was like, damn, this shit is good. From beginning to end, the Inner Visions album is really good. And he got the song Jesus Children in America. And I was like, man, I've never heard an artist in my life that every song is good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we all got our favorite artists. We all got people that we like to listen to. Like, one of my favorite artists of all time is Tupac. But I'm not going to sit and say I like every single Tupac song. You know what I'm saying? Valen, the whole album. Come on, Rick. You know your stuff. You know your stuff. Yo, I'm not going to sit and say I know, like, I think every song is amazing. But, like, it's hard for me to hear a Stevie Wonder song and be like, it's not good. Like, I don't know. Y'all could put me onto a bad Stevie Wonder song, but I haven't heard one yet. And I'm like, man, shit. This song? And I'm like, and it's so like groovy for a minute. He take you in, but then when he goes into when he starts wailing and hitting the big notes, it just go crazy. David Dwayne, what up, David? I thought I saw you earlier today, but it wasn't you. I've never heard an artist that all their music sound fire. Like, and this is right here. You better tell your story back, and if you lie, it will come to pass. I just like that shit. Like I just like certain kind of music. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about it. Some people used to tap me and be like, hey man, you got an old soul. Like, you got an old soul, you like all this soulful music. And me personally, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I just like good music, bro. I heard Quincy Jones say this one time. Quincy Jones said there's only two kinds of music in the world, good and bad. Somebody asked him, they was like, yo, you know how to make this type of music, this type of music? He's like, bro, there's only two types of music in the world. Good music and bad music, that's it. I don't care what language you speak and what instrument you playing. Good and bad. Your shit is gonna land on one of these two sides. That's the only kind of music in the world. Yo, Inner Visions is fire though. Don't worry about it. Thing is on here. All is fair. In love. Damn, this is such a good damn song. I could listen to Stevie Wonder all day, man. Y'all tell me, y'all got a song recommendation for me? I could listen to Stevie Wonder all day. Two people about to stay. Nah, this gonna bring the vibes. This gonna make us start thinking about life. I need to go another higher song. Actually, you know what song I want to listen to? This ain't. I need to go another higher song. Actually, you know what song I want to listen to? This ain't a Stevie Wonder song, actually. I actually don't even know who sings this song. But when I heard this song, I was like, yeah, I like this. Oh, I think this is Cool in the Gang. Yeah, this Cool in the Gang. Let me know if y'all know this song. Let me know if y'all know this song. Chastity B, what's up, Chastity? If you know this song, then you either just like me or you up there in age. One or the other.
One thing I
dance, yo. Yes, I know about this song. Fire. Hey. Exciting. So inviting to me. Fresh as the summer. That shit is fire, bro. That's just a good ass song. If this shit dropped today, it's a hit song. She means so much to me. I'll do whatever to make her mine, baby. So much to me. I'll do whatever to make her mine, baby. Oh yeah. All right, this is another one that's like similar to that one. Actually, I haven't heard this song in a long time. If you don't know this song, you wasn't raised in America. Slimmy Neutron. Hey, what's up, Slimmy? Hold up, is it Slimmy? What's up? Welcome. Yeah, we putting each other on good music right now. Let's figure it out. Damn, I haven't heard this one in a long ass time. Yo, this... My ex, this was like her favorite old school song. Y'all make some noise if y'all know this song. Ooh. Look at her, she's a bad man, just as fine as she can be. Hey, she's a bad man, just as fine as she can be. If you don't know this song, you got growing to do. Body measurements are perfect in every dimension. She's got a figure that's shown up in attention. She's poetry in motion, a beautiful sight to see. I get so excited, viewing her anatomy. She's got all the girls a man like. She's a bad man, just as fine as she can be. Hey, she's a bad man, just as fine as you can. Looks like she's born into the gold. Hey, look, man, look, as a man, I'll keep it real with you. He hit that shit on the head. He said her body measurements are perfect in every dimension. That means, like, give me a twirl and you still fine. I'm not finding a bad angle there. She's real. She's got all the curves of men like. Thank you, Blondie. She's a bad man, ooh, she's bad. She's as fine as she can. Hey, she's a bad man, just as fine as she can be. Thanks for liking the live, Slimmy Neutron. Damn, yo. All right, do y'all know this song? Because some people don't know this song. Right? I could play old school music for some people and they'll be like, oh, okay, I fuck with it. The bass guitar go crazy. So I'm telling you. Honestly, if some of y'all knew this song, I feel like I'll be surprised because I never heard nobody play this out. Like, I've never heard, like, this. I feel like this song get played like that. I feel like this song only existed in my household. This was my mother's favorite song. Rest in peace to my mama. She passed away in 21. Let me know if y'all know this. Rest in peace to our mamas. Y'all don't know this, man. Y'all don't know this. Y'all don't know this. Oh, this song only existed in my house. Got it, Slimmy. I don't feel like crazy on this song. I feel like a lot of people don't know this song for some reason. It must have been, this was my mother's favorite. She was singing this shit when it wasn't even playing. So she just walk around the house singing this song, Ring My Bells. I'm like, all right. And so like, this was a constant song in my house. But I feel like I don't hear people like play this song a lot. Like I don't hear it. And not as much as I hear this shit. This shit is, if you don't know this one. One of the greatest songs I think I ever heard. Adriana B, what's up? This is my backup. What's up, Queen? If you live, I'm live, Queen. I'm up right now. I'm in it. You motivated me. I had to wait into the chorus. Valid. No, it's real. Yo, we just going through old school songs right now, seeing who knows what. Adriana B. This song, I feel like everybody knows this song. Yeah, okay, y'all give me some song recommendations at this point. Because now I don't know what it is. But, yeah, I normally never run out of songs either. Damn. I gotta say, YouTube serves you up some good shit. Like, sometimes it don't always hit, but sometimes it does hit. This is one of the funniest songs I ever heard. Y'all probably don't know this song. Y'all probably too young to know this song. But this is the funniest music video I ever seen in my life, because I swear to God, this entire group looks like they all worked at my high school. You know what I'm saying? I'll show y'all the video of the... Oh, no, this ain't the video. But I can show y'all a picture of these niggas. Like, when I see this video, I was like, man, this shit is crazy. I like the song. I just would have never expected the people who sang the song to look like this. These niggas all look like they work at my high school. Look, you got to see this shit for yourself. Hold up. How do I disconnect this? All right, check it out. Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Let me see. How do I flip this camera? These dudes.
I looked at you. You stole my heart. You all that I anticipated.
All right, hold up, bro. Let's be real. Both of these lead singing twins. First off, I didn't even know these dudes was all right, hold up, bro. Let's be real. Both of these lead singing twins. First off, I didn't even know these dudes was twins. Both of them niggas look like they could be the principal. This dude is like the gym coach. This dude probably teach English. And this nigga is suspect. He one of them guys who just work at the school, but you don't really know what he do all the time. He might be a guidance counselor. But tell me this don't look like the staff of your school. But the song is fire, so. Nicole Boswell, I'm so sorry for your loss. Please say a prayer for my family. I lost an uncle and a grandmother within this year. Man, may God bless your family. I'm sorry for your loss. Losing a loved one is not easy. I just finished talking about I lost my mother in 2021. That was not easy. So I can only imagine. I'm so sorry for your uncle. I'm sorry for your grandmother. And God bless your family. I pray prosperity and peace of mind and peace of spirit amongst your entire family because it's really not easy losing somebody. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry for your loss. All right, hold up. Somebody requested I Like by DeBarge. Let me see. Let me Neutron. Yup. How do you get through it? That's a great question. How do you get through? I mean, everybody in the live, y'all call, because I'm sure everybody in this live has lost somebody at some point in their life. What advice would y'all give to Nicole, man? How do you get through it? How do you get through losing somebody? I would say time. If I had to put it out there, I would say time, man, because I didn't get it. Like, when my mother passed away, she passed away from COVID, too. She went from healthy to passed away in 10 days. And it was tough. You know what I'm saying? I felt like it was really unfair. I felt like it was, like, weird. I didn't understand it. I'm like, man, nah, bro. Like, we're really good people. This kind of shit shouldn't happen to us, especially to my mother. She's the best of all of us. And so I didn't understand it. In time, I was able to... the pain goes away. Like, time does heal all wounds. You know what I'm saying? So I would say time. Like, you got to give yourself some time. And you got to give yourself grace, man, because when you lose people that are important to you, it's like a piece of you leaves, right? And it feels like that because you begin to realize, like, and you begin to look back at all the moments that person was there with you in your life. Like, to lose somebody like an uncle or a grandmother or a mother, it's like you begin to replay, like, damn, that person was here, 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 here. And those are just the moments that I see. Those are just the times that I seen them. Those are just the times that I remember seeing them. So imagine all the times that they were actually doing things that affected my life that I couldn't see. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you lose somebody like your grandmother, it's like, yo, if your grandmother didn't do her job, then your mother or your father wouldn't even be around and you wouldn't be around. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all the sacrifices they'd have made that you didn't even see. You know, so it really does kind of bug you out when you lose somebody. I would say time, but also I'll be real with you. I'm not a drug person, right? Like, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I mean, I do, but not a lot. Like, I might drink, smoke twice, 3 times a year. It don't move me like that. I'm not a drug person at all, but I will say, after my mother passed away, 2 years after she passed away, I got put on some mushrooms. One of my homegirls had mushrooms, like psychedelic mushrooms, and she brought them around the crew. She's like, oh, guys, here goes some mushrooms and stuff. Ashley Maddox, what's up? She brought mushrooms. Here goes some mushrooms and stuff. Ashley Maddox, what's up? She brought mushrooms around the crew and stuff like that. And for those of you who know the story, y'all know the story. I done told it on live a million times. She brought mushrooms around, and I was like, I'm not going to do this shit. Like, I'm not a druggie. Like, I'm not about to lose my mind and get cracked out. I don't do no drug. I don't care. Like in my neighborhood, the newest drugs would always come out and I wouldn't do it. Like lean came out, niggas had that shit in baby bottles and they was passing it around, drinking that shit. And I was like, man, y'all niggas is tweaking because I don't even know what's in an ingredient in there. I'm not gonna drink that shit. That's crazy. Like that, man, you might lose your mind. And you don't really realize what drugs are doing until you see somebody who lost their mind. Like I have friends who like were one way and now they a different way. They like tweaked out. They just weird. And so no, I don't do drugs, but my homegirl brought mushrooms around. What's up, Ashley? My homegirl brought mushrooms around, and it was weird because she was talking about how good the benefits were, and she was telling me it wasn't really like a drug. It was like deeper than that, plant medicine and all that. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll do my research. And oddly enough, around that same time, I was blessed to be around like a lot of wealthy people around that time. Like I just got booked for certain kind of gigs in Miami, so I was in certain rooms, and I had a 3-hour conversation with a multimillionaire about DMT. And he was just like, bro, I'm an advocate for it. And I started seeing how like a lot of the most successful people in the world have had some sort of psychedelic trip, like Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs did psychedelics all throughout the 70s, and then he came out and made Apple. Like, and I'm like, but these people don't look cracked out. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I had to do more research. Ayahuasca is amazing. Yeah, I've heard about ayahuasca too. Yep. Ayahuasca, like mushrooms, ayahuasca, and DMT. Yep. Okay, Ashley, I see you on it. Ayahuasca, like mushrooms, ayahuasca, and DMT. Yep. Okay, Ashley, I see you on it. So, after my homegirl brought the mushrooms around, and I ended up having these conversations with some of these millionaires, and started talking to some successful people I know, and they were like, "Yo, bro, do it whenever you get a chance. Do it, do it, do it." But like, be ready for a transformative experience. Be ready for it to like you gonna face your demons when you do it. And I was like, "Oh, whoa, for real?" He's like, "Yeah, it's not like a drug. Like, don't do it in a party. Don't do it mixing it with other shit. Like center yourself and do it properly." As like frame it in your mind as a transformative experience, and you gonna have one. It's gonna be different for you. And I was like, okay, cool. So I did a lot of reading. Then I went online. There's a program on Netflix called How to Change Your Mind. You should watch that whenever you get a chance. It's like this white guy testing out all these different psychedelics and doing research and shit. But one of the episodes is about mushrooms. You should watch it. So if you got Netflix, look up How to Change Your Mind on Netflix. So glad anytime I see you. Hey, what's up, Ashland? What's up? And so I'm just saying all that to say, Nicole was asking like how you like deal with the passing of somebody, and I would say time helped me cope with the passing of my mother. But then also, after I did all the research on mushrooms, I did a mushroom trip. I was like, cool, I want to do a mushroom trip, but I also want to get over the passing of my mother because I can't fix that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't like, you know what I'm saying? I can't. She's gone. You can't do nothing when somebody already done passed away. You just got to deal with that shit. So I did the mushroom trip. And man, the mushroom trip really helped me get over the passing of my mother. I'll really say that shit. And I did it responsibly. Like I did that shit in my crib. I did it with no to expect from it. So I did it by myself. I controlled my environment. Had water near me. I didn't really eat the day of though. I just had water around me. I had plants around me. I put meditation music on. I had some books around. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna set my intention. I set my intention. I wrote it down in a book. And I was like, I want this experience to help me cope with the passing of my mother. I want this experience to show me who I really am. Like, not my name, not my face, not all them things. Like, my face was given to me by somebody else designed my face. Somebody else chose my name. Somebody else decided that I was going to be born on the day I was born. Somebody else decided the city I was going to be born. Like, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, who am I beyond all the labels and things that life has given me? You know what I'm saying? Like, life chose that I was going to be a male. Life chose that I was going to be 6'1". Life chose that I was going to be whatever I am. And let me see. How did you snap out of it? What the heck? Be yourself. Wait, what are we talking about right here, Ashland? Let me see. Oh yeah, by myself. Yeah, by myself. Yeah, I didn't have any kind of shaman. Yeah, you talking about like a shaman or something? I didn't have a shaman and not like that. I did it by myself. Because I also didn't really like. I had it, and I thought the timing was right, and I was like, I'm gonna do it by myself. But I got a journal that I keep. Right? It was right, and I was like, I'm gonna do it by myself. But I got a journal that I keep, right, and I have in my journal. I recorded the entire experience word for word, so I can remember everything. And I was like, just being conscious of my intentions, but also in case I killed myself on accident. I wanted people to know that, like, this wasn't a suicide. I just fucked around. Like, I fucked around and found out. You know what I'm saying? So I made sure to write it all down. Like, I took it's today, this is the date, this is the time, this is the dosage that I took, this is the time that I took it, this is how I feel right now, this is how I feel 30 minutes later, this is how I feel 40 minutes later. I did all that shit. I'm like, in case I fuck around and unalive myself, I wanted to be sure that niggas knew that, hey, he did not commit suicide. It was an accident. He was in here experimenting on some shit he heard some good shit about, and then Shazam. That was it. So I just wanted to keep a record of it as I was going through it. It was funny as hell. And it's funny because, like, as I'm going through the experience, you see my writing go from, like, really pristine writing, good handwriting, to, like, wild shit. My handwriting went crazy. Like, it was funny. But I say all that to say, I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but Nicole asked the question, how you cope with the passing of somebody. And I'll say time for sure, but the mushroom helped me, like, for 1,000%. And I had no expectations of it. I didn't know what the hell it was about, but I just did a lot. Before I do anything, I do a bunch of research on it. Like, I did a bunch of fucking research, and all the different research I did, everybody kept talking about how good the experience was, how transformative it was, and how it was like they left the experience a better person than they went in. And I'm like, man, that's the kind of shit I'm looking for. That's okay, cool. But nobody was ever talking about, like, there was no, like, bad lasting effects. You know what I'm saying? It was like good lasting effects, like a transformative experience. So I did them. The first time I did them, I didn't do a lot. I did like 1.5 grams of, like, pure mushroom, no chocolate or tea or no mixture, just a pure dried up mushroom. And I didn't have enough to go on a full trip that first time. So I was just, like, kind of in the mushroom trance. The feeling that I felt was kind of like, you know, when you go to a club and you're standing outside the club and you know there's a party going on inside the club, but you outside. That's how I felt my whole first mushroom experience. Like, it was like, I'm not in the club yet, and I know it. And I'm sitting here, and I'm waiting for the plants to start talking and shit. Nothing happened really the first time. I was just happy. I felt really good. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I was waiting for some magical, nothing magical happened. It was just like, I was just groovy. I just felt good for like a bunch of hours. However, in that grooviness, all my questions still got answered. Like, I kind of dozed off a little bit, and this image populated in my mind of I was thinking about, like, yo, my mother, like, yo, how do I get over this? How do I get over the passing of my mother? I felt really guilty too, like, because I made certain decisions that could have either helped her live or helped her pass away. Like, I was like, yo, take her to the hospital, take her out AMA, leave her in the hospital. Like, all these people, it was a lot. And so when I did the mushrooms, I saw this, and this is so beautiful. Check this out. I thought about my mother while I was in the mushroom trip, and I was like, man, how do I cope with her passing? And immediately I was, like, teleported into this office. It was like an old office building, imagine like a 1980s office where everything in the office is made of wood, like mahogany office, mahogany desk and shit. And so I'm in this office, right? And I'm like, I guess I'm small because the desk is pretty large, and somebody's sitting in a chair going through books and has a book in his hand. I can't see the person, but I just see the hands and I see the book. And so I'm in this office. I see these hands on a book, and it looks just like this. It's so beautiful because I actually have a book right here. Look. So I see these hands on a book just like this. And no words are being said at all. No words are happening. It's just, I'm just in this thing, just watching this happen. And so these hands are on this book just like this. And no words are being spoken to me. All I see is that the book go like this. The hands close the book, put the book on a shelf full of other books, and then the hands pointed at me. And then when I looked at my own hands, there was a book in my hands, but the pages were empty, right? And in that moment, I understood. I was like, oh shit, I get it. I get it. Right. That's like the book of life, right? And I understood it. And that's the beauty of the mushrooms, is that the mushrooms are not like, no words are being said to you. It's like it creates an environment that helps you understand what it is that you need to understand while you're there. That shit is the most beautiful thing I've ever could even think of. Like, once you experience it and you come out of it, you like, yo, we are in a smart ass universe, bro. Whatever, just how do you even come to that? It's like trying to teach a child something, and instead of telling something to the child, you create an environment that makes the child understand it on its own. Because you already know that if I tell you something, since it comes from outside of you, you can reject it. But when the understanding comes from within, it's like, aha. And you're like, oh yeah, you believe it because it came from inside of you. So what my understanding of that experience was, the book, the hands closed the book, put on the shelf. That was like God talking to me and saying, yo, your mother's life was in my hands the whole time. Her book was in my hands the entire time. Her book is now closed. It's going back on the shelf where it belongs. And then he pointed at me and my pages are empty. It's like, but you are sitting there wasting your time focusing on someone else's book. Are sitting there wasting your time focusing on someone else's book. I know you love your mother. I know you love everybody. I know you love the people that you love, but their lives are not in your hands. If they were, you would be God. You know what I'm saying? But their lives are not in your hands, bro. Their lives are in their hands. And so God like had this conversation when we was understanding, it's like, yo, me and your mother had an agreement long before you was born. This is between she and I. And that, as much as we love you, has nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, but you're inserting yourself where you don't belong. And I know it's hard for you to understand because it's your mother, and life in the world, the universe teaches you about family and teaches you about connection and teaches you about loyalty and I'll kill for my mother, I'll live for my mother, I'll sacrifice, all that. I get it. You believe that this person is like God to you in a sense. And she is. She raised, she brought you into the world. She did everything for you. She nurtured you. She created you, right? She made a decision to give birth to you, right? Of course. You love her tremendously. However, the timeline of her life is between her and God. As much as she loves you, that's between her and God. And as much as you may love her, the timeline of your own life should not be spent looking and paying more attention to someone else's book than paying attention to your own book. And then I came out of the mushroom experience. And I was like, bruh, what the fuck did I just experience? But it was beautiful, yo. It was nice. It was like nice. It was like pleasant the whole time. And I enjoyed it. I don't want to do that shit every day. You know what I'm saying? Because the day after, I felt like I got hit by a truck. Like I felt like hangover, but like two types of hangovers. I just felt like I had a headache and I felt slow the next day. It took me like 4 or 5 days to get back up to speed. So I wouldn't do that shit every day. And I don't know how people can do that shit every day. And I don't even know how a person can get addicted to some shit like that. But I enjoyed my first mushroom experience. That shit was lit. Was it dark or light? Hold up. It's the outside of you for me. Yeah, it's like, as much as you may love everyone in your life, you got to understand that their lives are in God's hands. Like we're so egotistical that we really believe we run more shit than we run. Bro, you don't run a lot of shit. I'm sorry, bro. You know what I'm saying? You could wake up, have a plan for your life, have a date with destiny, have this, that, and the third, everything planned out. Your calendar, of course. Great. Your planner is going great. You have a company, you have a business. Everyone relies on you. I'm happy. You run your family, you lead your household. I love it. But bruh, it's as hard as it may be for us to understand, bruh, a lot of this shit is not in our hands. You have to have faith at some point. I don't know where the point is going to come for y'all. The point for me came when I couldn't save my mother's life. I was like, fuck, that shit was, that's a reality. That's a date with destiny if you ever meet it. Like, it's like, okay, fuck. It's like, imagine chasing somebody you love as much as you can on land, and then they start running on water. And you can't run on water. As much as you can on land, and then they start running on water. And you can't run on water. So you immediately got to stop at the beach. And you like, damn, I was going great. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, but you have to stop at some point. You know what I'm saying? Chasing somebody until they go off a ledge and they go into a place you can't follow. And so you got to have faith at some point. People say when you see stuff like that, it's light. Oh, when you say light or dark, what do you mean? Like did I actually see the colors light and dark? Lost both parents. No, I did not lose both parents. Actually, today's my father's birthday. My father's still alive. My father lives in Miami, and I live in LA now. So my father's still alive. He's a great guy. Only lost my mother. Yeah, that was the biggest loss that I had to date. I lost grandparents. I lost my grandparents when I was really young. I lost my auntie when I was 8. My auntie died of AIDS. That was not cool. Like, we saw her go through it. It was tough. I had uncles that, like, a lot of people didn't die, but my mother dying was like, yo, what is wrong with the world today? And so it was crazy, but it was beautiful at the same time. That was my first mushroom experience, and it was really light. Remember, like, it was like I didn't do enough. I did like 1 gram, so I wasn't really in the party. I was just near the party. You know what I'm saying? That's why I gave that analogy of like, when you're like near a club but you're not in the club, you could hear the music but you're not in it. I felt like the beings on the other side knew that I was outside the door, said it was like passing me notes underneath the door, like, here's a lesson for you. Here's a lesson. You're not in the club though, but here. And so I was very normal that first experience. However, I did mushrooms a second time like a year later. So a year after that, that was in 2022. 2023 in the summertime in May 27th, I remember this shit. I was like, okay, I got my homegirl hit me with some more mushrooms. And I was like, you know what? I'm ready for another transformative experience. Because that first one, I didn't really feel much. I was like, I'm going to go full on this time. So I took like almost 4 grams. I took 3.7 grams. I was by myself in the crib. And this shit, man, I got shot through the multiverse this time. The second time was crazy. The second time was lit. Yo, the second time was next level. Let me see. I don't know why you passed, but I know you say you're moving to LA to pursue that music. Oh yeah, my father's still alive. Thank you for that. Thank you for even being up on my life, Ashley, and I appreciate that. But nah, the second time really like that shit let me know what mushrooms could do. And then people, when you start doing this stuff or start getting or at least curious about it, start talking to people who really do this shit, they start talking about the levels that it goes up. I got a homegirl, she says once every year, her and her husband do a god dose of mushrooms. And I was like, what in the world is that? And I think she said, don't quote me on this shit and run and do it, because I don't remember the grammage, but I'm almost positive she said like 20 grams. I think she said like 20 grams, like a god dose. She said her and her man do that. They fly to another country. I think he's from Finland. So they go to god dose. She said her and her man do that. They fly to another country. I think he's from Finland. So they go to Finland, be in a cottage, do a god dose of this shit once a year. And she said it's like a deep clean for her spirit. Like, she goes into the nitty gritty with that shit. And she also said something interesting to me, which was cool. She said she did ayahuasca. And she said that one trip of ayahuasca, a lot of people say this too, according to her, one trip of ayahuasca was worth like 10 years of therapy. She said, I did 10 years of therapy and then one thing of ayahuasca, and that one thing of ayahuasca cleaned me out better than 10 years of fucking therapy. And then a weird thing happened was when I came back to the States after doing my ayahuasca trip, this is my homegirl, she said, I had like 10 close female friends that were my 10 favorite friends, females to hang out with. After I came back from the ayahuasca trip, I only hang out with like 4 of them now. And I was like, damn, for real? She said, yeah. She said, I 6 of them fell right out, and it was the wildest shit. She was like, she was able to come back, and she was able to like feel people's intentions. You know what I'm saying? She was like, she knew something about people. And it was just crazy. Oh, my thing died. I'm gonna plug this back in. Hold up. That was the wildest shit. Give me 1 second. This light died. And now's the perfect time to answer some questions. All right. Let's see. You tell good stories. Thank you. He does. Thank you, Adriana B. I feel like it's locked in. Illusion, what up? Valen, I'm following you back, Valen. Discernment, that's right. Illusion, what's up, my guy? Hey, Illusion, you ever done mushrooms? Let me see. I'm so dramatic. But woo, thank God for mercy. What's up, Illusion? Hey, thank you for that. Shit was fun. All right, what was your mushroom experience like, bruh? And how did you do it? Did you do it like, was it a controlled environment and a controlled experience, or did you do that shit in a party? Like, what was your mushroom experience like? Did you do it by yourself, or did you do it with a crew of people? What was your shit like? And feel free to come up here and talk about it if you want to. I think you have to request to come up, though, if it's too much to type. I took chocolate and went to the beach with my homegirl. Yeah, short and sweet, to the point. This is good, I'm telling you. All right, what was your experience like, my boy? How much chocolate did you take? Like, how many grams did you take? And what was it like? It's funny because Format was here in LA not too long ago, and he and I had a whole conversation about mushrooms here in the studio. And the conversation was so lit, by the end of the conversation, bruh convinced me to start reading the Bible. Tell me how crazy that shit is, cause me and him, me and Format been friends for years. It's a mutual friend that me and Illusion got. For those who don't know, Illusion is an incredible music creative. He's an incredible mix engineer. He's like the number one mix engineer in Miami. He's my guy. And the guy we're talking about is another really cool mix engineer. And both of them are studio owners. But bro, by the end of that conversation, Format convinced me to read the Bible. We was talking about mushrooms, and then he said something that was really interesting that I never spoke to nobody about. He said mushrooms are wild, right? Like when you really are open to the experience. I'm like, yeah. He said, isn't it crazy though how like even when you go on a trip you have a guide with you? I was like, what you mean? He said, there's like a guide. You have like a guide, like a presence is guiding you through everything. I was like, bro, you are right about that shit. You are absolutely right. When I had that second mushroom trip, I did feel like a guide. I had like somebody was off to my right shoulder, pretty much just hanging out. Like, okay, bro, where you want to go? What you want to do? You know what I'm saying? You don't come to this universe. What you want to do? What you want to know? And so everything I would ask, the guide would take me there. I was like, I want to see God. This shit took me to a waterfall. I said, I want to see love. This shit took me to a steamboat. I said, I want to see something else. This shit took me like everywhere I wanted to go. So it was interesting. And then by the end of that conversation, Format, who I thought was Jewish, was like, yo, bro, you ever read the Bible? I was like, nah. He's like, yo, you should read it. I'm like, I'm not enthused to read like the biggest book in the world. And he was like, nah, bro, look, if you read the Bible, eventually the characters, you start getting invested in their life. And so it start feeling like a movie. You start being like, damn, okay, what's about to happen to bro? Oh, that's crap. Oh, shit. Oh, this happened. Oh, So he hyped that shit up so much that I started reading the Bible because of him. All off a mushroom conversation with a homie of mine. We ain't never speak no religious shit. And I've known him for more than 10 years. Shit crazy. But I am reading the Bible. I'm like, well, no, I'm not even gonna lie like I'm halfway through it. But I'm like 400 pages into the Bible. And he was right. This shit was like a movie. I also want to point this out too. For everybody who I just told you about my first mushroom experience, I told that experience to my sister, right? About how like I was pretty much sitting in the office with God and he had the book of life open and he was talking about my mother's book of life and how her story ended and how I wasn't writing my story, so I needed to get down and write it. And she went and got me a Bible, and this is what she put on the cover. She got a Bible that literally has, it's reversed for y'all, but it's literally like, it says the Lamb's Book of Life on the cover of it, and it shows a guy's hand writing, and y'all can't see it, but this is my name, and this is my birthday. You know what I'm saying? My sister is the sweetest. She went and got me a Bible that was like, I don't even know how she did this, but this is what I saw in my mushroom trip, essentially. Like, that was a trip. That was, I don't know, life is crazy. All right, let's get to some of these things. Can someone be alerted to it? How do I request? Oh, boom. Accept. Yeah. I don't know if somebody could be alerted to mushrooms. That's a great question. Like psychedelic mushrooms? That's a great question. Yo.
It added me, right?
Yeah. What's up, Illusion?
What's good, my boy?
What's good? What's good? Tell us about your mushroom experience.
Yeah, nah, bro. I was like, yo, so like when it comes to mushrooms, for whatever reason, I was terrified to even attempt to try them. Like, I just felt like, yo, I got too many demons to unlock. And I've heard and seen in real time, like bad trips happen. I've also seen people have great time. I was kind of worried about it, you know what I'm saying? But essentially what I did is I just like got a piece of the chocolate and like I was just doing, you know, because it's not evenly distributed throughout the entire bar. So you got to kind of like, you know, take it and see how you feel. So I didn't want to just dive all the way in. So I took a piece of chocolate. It was like, bro, I took this shit at probably like 1 at night and then went to the beach with my homegirl and just kicked it on the beach. Trippy experience. I'm not even going to lie to you. It was that it just kept coming in waves. Like it felt like everything was breathing. It was pretty intense. And then when I thought it was done, probably like by like 9 in the morning, traffic starting. I'm like, oh, it's done. Okay. So I'm gonna roll up a blunt. I'm gonna hit the car, get out of here. Nah, bro, that was a terrible idea. Terrible idea.
Bro? Are you okay?
Bro, it was just like the worst car ride ever, bro. The most paranoid, most crazy, trippy, wavy. Like between the weed and the mushrooms, it was too much.
So wait, so was it you driving on mushrooms or was the weed
No,
mixture of what
I
like
can
made
deal with
it.
weed whenever, but the weed whenever. It's the mixture. Is that I thought the waves were done. I thought the waves were done. It was coming in such like long intervals. I felt like, oh, it's got to be done with. Like I haven't felt any effects whatsoever. And then boom, that shit hit me again, and I'm just in rush hour traffic, just like, oh my god, make it stop. Ah, what an experience. It was fun though. I'm not gonna lie, it was fun. It was a good. I feel like I did it in a controlled amount.
Uh-huh.
I feel like if I had taken any more than what I did, I wouldn't have had a good time.
Okay. So what was your experience like though? Like you said it was trippy. Like did you okay, and
It
also
was
you
euphoric.
you was with somebody else though, right? So you were like
Yeah,
constantly having conversations throughout your
yeah.
experience?
Very,
Okay.
very similar to MDMA in my opinion. It was like it had us like chattering. You know what I'm saying? It's a very euphoric feeling. Everything
Yeah.
felt like it was breathing. Time moved very fast. Like I didn't realize how much time had passed.
Right.
Um, so that was unique to it. Again, more of a happy feeling. I definitely didn't get any visuals or any like hallucinant, like any hallucinations or anything like that. Because again, I don't feel like I ingested enough. But I feel like for the first time, controlled experience, 10 out of 10. I'd do it again.
How many grams did you take? Do you know?
But I can't even tell you. I wouldn't even know. I know I took like the whole bar was probably like 6 pieces. I took two of them. The girl took the other two, so it was a pretty decent experience. I definitely
Miss
felt
69,
like
what's up? What's good?
it
You
was
feeling what?
definitely I definitely felt the wave.
Man, that shit is crazy, bro. Like, so you better than me because you did it in public and you did it with somebody else. And the only reason why I wasn't excited to do it with somebody else my first time was because I've heard this shit from people saying, they be like, yo, I did mushrooms around somebody and it like showed me who they really was. Like they'll be like, oh, this person start turning to a demon, or this person start I can see through their face, or I can see their thoughts. I had a girl here in the studio the other day. She was like, yo, she did mushrooms and she could really like see what somebody was thinking. And it was crazy. She
Nah,
like she was sitting in a
I don't
car
want to
with a girl.
experience. I don't want to
Right?
experience any
This
of
girl
that.
said this girl said she was sitting in a car with a girl. She had just did the mushrooms and she said this girl is about to ask me for money, but she really don't like me. She like started hearing shit, and then it was like the girl thought she thought the girl was talking about her to her, saying like, I don't want to hear about this bitch's life. I just really need her to give me some money, X Y Z X Y Z. And so she was like, she's telling me to shut up, and she only cares about me giving her some money. And she's like, what did you say? She's like, I didn't say nothing. You were just telling me a story about whatever you was talking about. And she's like, okay, cool. All right, well, I'm about to get up out of here. And she's like, oh, wait, before you go, can you lend me some money? Because I need this, I need that. And so she was like, oh, okay. So she gave her the money, but she was like, she read the girl thought before she even asked about it, say the shit to her. So I've heard some wild shit about mushrooms, dog.
Crazy, crazy. But anyway, I had to tap in real quick. I'ma holla. I just had to, come say what's good.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Always love. And I can't wait till you come out to LA.
Soon, very soon, very soon. Later, brother.
Pull up, dog. Pull up. Do you know how to get off or you need
Yeah.
me to disconnect you?
I think I can disconnect. I got it.
All right, bro. Peace, man. Love. That was my homie Illusion, bro. That's a good guy. Follow him if you're into music production. Follow Illusion because he makes a lot of content around his music production. That's crazy that people actually think like that. No, yeah, it's real. Follow my TikTok back and what's up, Miss 69? This is my face the whole I'm telling you. Nah, man, look, my homegirl was here. Yeah, Illusion is the bomb. Follow him. He's a really good guy too. He's one of them dudes that like if you call him in the middle of the night with an emergency, he's one of the people you could trust to like help you out of that shit. I've definitely called him and be like, yo, I need a song done, mixed by now because I'm about to go on stage in a few, and he done make that shit work. So he's a great guy. Beyond everything and anything else, he's somebody who you want to really rock with. That's a good friend of mine. Good, just on my off days to Friday. That's what's up. What's up, Miss 69? How you been? I've been good. We in here just talking about mushrooms right now. And my partner Illusion just jumped in here to talk about his mushroom experience, and that was pretty cool. He said he was trippy. And that shit was actually really funny. He said, "Man, I hit that blunt trying to go home. Worst decision of my life." That's pretty damn funny. But see, that's why I didn't do it with other people. Like my first mushroom experience, I did it by myself. Actually, the two mushroom experiences that I've had, I've done them both by myself in my crib because I didn't want to run the risk of having a bad trip. Because once a nigga told me that mushrooms last like 5 hours, 6 hours, and they do. I'm not about to be in a bad state for 5 fucking hours just by hanging out with the wrong person. Like, no. So I did that shit by myself with some meditation music. First time I did it, it was real light. But the second time I did it, that shit shot me into the universe. I did 3.7 grams in my crib. I took them at 11 o'clock at night on a Saturday night, put my phone on airplane mode, surrounded myself with plants and books and water, make sure like my shit was cool, make sure nobody could call me to run out the house. And man, it took like an hour for them shits to hit me. First, you start feeling like a little sickness. Like you start feeling like, not car sick, but you start feeling like, you know, when you spin around a lot, you start feeling queasy in your stomach, right? But then it's like, it's not an intense feeling. It just feels kind of weird. And then I felt energized. I had like a shit ton of energy. I'm like, yo, it's time to go outside. I got to go outside. I'm full of energy right now. I'm in my crib. I'm like, it's Saturday. And it's weird because it was like, Saturday in Miami is a weird thing. I'm sure it's different than like Saturday in Virginia or some shit. Because it's like, you can almost feel the energy outside. Like I know it's Saturday. I know the people's outside. It's time for me to go outside. So I start getting up like, man, nah, I'm too lit to be inside. It's time to go. But I had to check myself because I'm like, nah, nigga, you just took some mushrooms. Relax. Calm down. But I had so much energy. I had to burn it off somewhere. So I started doing push-ups. I'm like, I'm just burning this fucking energy off. I'm doing push-ups. I'm doing sit-ups. And bro, like once I got past an hour since I took them shits, man, I remember looking at my blinds, right? My regular window blinds. And they're white, regular basic ones. And I saw like the color spectrum split. I saw the reds go this way. And I said, what's up, Izzy? I saw the reds go this way. And I saw the green go this way. Like if you're playing with the tint on your old TV. And I was like, oh, this shit, something's about to happen to me. And so I'm like, yo, so I started seeing a bunch of colors. It like started descending on me from this way. I started seeing a bunch of lights at first, like, and then I started seeing colors, and then I started seeing geometric shapes and shit, images. And yo, I was like, okay, I'm about to start tripping right now. But if I'm about to go on a trip, I want to make this shit intentional. So I'm like, yo, bro, take me to God. If I'm about to go on a trip, I want to see God right away. Like, take me to God. And instantly, like, it was like, vroom. It's funny because my homeboy came up with this sound. Because so another thing to say is that I'm not somebody who would normally take mushrooms. Like, I don't smoke like that. I don't drink like that. I'm not the first nigga that anybody will be like, oh, that nigga's taking mushrooms. Like, I'm not. But I am down to transform myself. Like, I am down to, like, change my mind. And, you know what I'm saying? I am down for, like, transformative experiences, right? So I'm like that. And two of my friends are like that. Apple is like that, my business partner, one of my best friends, and then also my homeboy Castro, he's like that. All three of us were talking about doing mushrooms, and none of us three wanted to do it because we don't like giving up control to shit. Like, I gotta be in the driver's seat all day, every day. I can't let this shit crack me out. Like, nah. And so we was all not like it. But Castro ended up doing it, and I ended up doing it. And Castro told me his experience. He's like, bro, when you go into that shit, it's like it starts teleporting you places, and the sound is like whoop, whoop, whoop. And so ever since he said that, I'm like, yeah, that is what it felt like. And so I was like, yo, the shapes start coming in, the lights start coming in, the matrix shit start coming in. I'm like, yo, if I'm about to go on a trip, take me to God. I want to see God. And so I just ended up immediately teleported, and now I'm in the clouds, right? I'm in the clouds, bright clouds, and I'm face to face with, like, I kept calling it a vertical river, but any regular person would just call it like a waterfall, I guess. It was just water. It was just a stream of water in the clouds coming from I don't know where, going to I don't know where, but something told me that the water was coming from itself. So it was like, it wasn't necessarily being brought from somewhere to somewhere. It was coming from itself, and it was moving, but it was like self-perpetuating. And I'm just looking at this water, and I can float. I'm in the air. I can float. So I can float all the 360 degrees around the water. It's just water running straight down. And I was like, okay, cool. So the water's running straight down, and I feel this presence, right, off, like, to my right shoulder. I think it was Jesus. I'm like, I'm not one of the people who got something against Jesus. So I'm like, that could be Jesus. I'm with it. I'm all with it. Right. But I also believe anything could be possible. Like, I don't mark nothing out. If it ain't Jesus and something else, I'm with everything. I think everything is possible. But I had this presence off to my right shoulder. Like, imagine like I'm just sitting here chilling and something is just right here off to my right shoulder. And it's cooling. Like, it's not something that's like, it's just there. It's just hanging out with me. But I could tell that it's my guide throughout this experience. Because when I said bring me to God, this thing I could tell brought me to God. And whoever this is just chilling there, like wherever you want to go, whatever, dog. Like I'm your guide. Your wish is my command. Where you want to go, what you want to experience. So I'm in a cloud. I'm looking at this vertical river, and I knew that I shouldn't touch it. That was another thing that it wasn't told to me, but I knew that. I knew that if I touched the water, I was gonna go wherever it was going. So it's like stay in your lane, pretty much. Like you get too close to it, you put your hands on it, and now you're gonna go wherever it's going. You know, just like a lot of things in life. Like even that could be a life lesson. Like, yo, be careful who you hang out with. You might take your hand and put your hand on somebody else's destiny, but now you're attached to that shit. It could even mean sex. Like sex, they talk about soul ties and shit like that. You smash the wrong person, and now that person's energy is on you with their whatever the case may be, right? That can mean a bunch of different things. I don't know what it meant per se, but I know that if I touched that water, I was gonna go for a ride. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Idrissa, thank you for sharing the live. I'm sitting here in the clouds. I said, take me to God, and this thing took me to this water. So I'm like, what does this even mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm expecting the throne. I'm expecting big spiritual energy, angels, heaven. I'm expecting all kind of, I mean, I don't actually know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting just to be taken to water. You know what I'm saying? It was random to me. And it's funny because I talk to other people. There are some people who believe that the water is God. And there's some people who think other stuff. I told this same story to my homegirl, and she said, I know what that river was. I'm like, what was it? She said there's some shit called the Akashic Records. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I had to Google that. She was like, the Akashic Records are like a storehouse of information that everything that ever happened throughout history is all recorded in this stream of consciousness, and it looks like a river. Different religions know about it. You can Google it, Akashic Records. I'm like, all right, whatever, bro. All I know is I said, take me to God, and it took me to this water. So I was puzzled by that, and I still don't know what that even meant. So I was like, all right. It took me to this water. I knew I couldn't touch it. And then I started getting shot through the multiverse, bro. This shit was so cool. Like, took you to knowledge. Right. I don't know what it took me to. I keep telling the story because I'm hoping that one day somebody's going to explain this shit to me. Like, why did I say take me to God and take me to this vertical water? You know what I'm saying? And I knew I couldn't touch it. Explain it to me. But, yeah, after that shit, I started getting shot through the cosmos. I was like, yo, cool. And it took me to God. And then I guess my intention must have been I want to see myself for who I am, because it took me to like every version of myself throughout the multiverse, which was really interesting. And it wasn't like, it didn't take me to another universe and I was looking at me. It took me and I became me. So it's like, imagine landing in your own body in different universes. So I landed in my own body. I saw me that was a soldier. I saw me that was a waiter at a restaurant. I saw me, not gonna lie, I want to try. I'm telling you, man, like, I wouldn't recommend y'all no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I would say get some mushrooms that are real mushrooms. You know what I'm saying? Like good shit. And then lock in by your solo dolo and do them shits at a safe frequency and a safe vibe. That's just what I recommend. Start slow. Do 1 gram or 2 grams or whatever. But you know how when you experience some dope shit and then you just want your people to experience that shit so y'all can both talk about this dope shit together? That's what it is. Like, I don't really care about getting drunk with people because it's like, we all know what that's like. It ain't really too special, whatever. I don't really want to smoke weed with niggas because, like, nigga, we know what that shit like too, but we not about to have no life-changing experience like this. But nigga taking DMT or some shit, and I took some DMT, I'm down to have this conversation because a millionaire in Miami had me locked. Now, I wasn't locked anywhere. I'm not going to say that, but we were locked in conversation. But I asked this nigga for advice. I'm like, yo, tell me about branding. We spoke about branding for 30 minutes, and then we spent 3 hours talking about DMT. And he was so passionate about that shit. And this nigga is a multimillionaire, bro. This nigga owns Koyo. He owns 100 Lucky. He owns Oasis. And he's part owner in Dante's Hi-Fi. This nigga is, he's you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to leave it there because I don't just want to put his whole name out there. I don't know how much he on it. Dimethyltryptamine. Yup. Hotel Luxury Suites. Yup. That's that shit. And so I'm saying, like, yo, Adriana, saying I plan on at some point. Right. Appreciate y'all for the gifts, man. Appreciate y'all for liking. Y'all make sure to keep tapping the screen. Y'all make sure to keep sharing the live and help me reach my live goal. I want 9 more of these cowboy hats. Appreciate y'all. But millionaire told me about DMT. He locked in and was talking about this shit for 3 hours straight. And I'm like, bro, but you don't look cracked out and crazy, you know? Like you don't look like a baser. Like you don't look weird. You're actually a very rich and successful man, and you're very well respected in the city. So the fact that this dude is telling me about DMT, it's like, oh, I'm down to do this shit. Now it's funny how when rich people tell you to do some shit, you be more with it because you be like, nigga, you kind of got some shit that I want going on for myself. You got a lot of money and a lot of power, nigga. So I am curious about this shit now. Anyway, this shit on my mushroom journey the second time after it took me to the water, it shot me through the multiverse and it showed me. And I guess it was like Marvel, but I wasn't standing apart from myself, if that makes sense. Like I didn't land in the universe and I was looking at me. I landed and I was me. So it's like imagine. Yeah, it says they restricted my live because I guess I'm talking that real. Anyway, CC, what's up? Yeah. So imagine having multiple I guess angles of perception. Like imagine being able to see one thing from multiple angles without needing cameras and nothing like that. Like imagine if you could see what's in front of you, but also see yourself and also see what's around you. I don't know, awareness, I guess you could call it, whatever. So I landed in these different universes and I landed in the bodies that of who I was. A me that was a soldier, standing somewhere with a big ass gun. A me that was a waiter. I just had on an apron and I was taking some food to somebody's table. And then I landed in one me that was really interesting because I landed mid-step, which was weird. I was like, apparently I was walking into the living room, and so I just kind of landed mid-step. I was a little bit older. My hair was longer. I was wearing clothes that I never seen here in this, like, I guess this reality. Because it was like fabric and metallic at the same time. It was like interwoven, metal and fabric. It was weird as shit. But it was nice. I could tell it was nice clothes. And I was in a really plush like apartment, and it was downtown, and it had these windows that went all the way around. And outside, I saw like a futuristic city at night, and I saw this big ass ship like floating through the sky, about to just go somewhere. And I could tell there was people above me, and I could tell there was people below me. So I was like, it felt like a penthouse, but I was on some floor where I had people above me and people below me. And I understood that me was a prime minister. It was like, that's a prime minister version of you. You was a waiter here, you were a soldier here, you were a prime minister there. And then it just kept showing me like it sped through a bunch of different ones. And I was like, okay, this shit's getting wild. And then I was like, take me to love. Show me what love is. I just kept asking these broad ass questions to see if this shit was gonna give me the secrets of life. So I was like, take me to love. Show me what love is. And it took me to a steamboat, right? If y'all know what a steamboat is, it's like a really old boat, like from the 1800s or some shit, like a steamboat. Like, I don't even know how I could describe a steamboat. If you Google it, you'll be able to see what a steamboat is. There's a steamboat, like them kind of boats from, if you ever seen Princess and the Frog, the boat that the alligator jumped on when he tried to sing and then they shot his ass off it. It was funny. So I ended up on a steamboat, like, show me what love is. I ended up on a steamboat. So I'm on this steamboat right now, and it's dark, and I'm walking to the back of the steamboat, and I see my ex now, but she was my girl at the time, and she was at the end of this boat. And she was looking at me, smiling. And I was like, I asked her a question, like, what are you doing? What are you doing here? But I didn't say here. I said, what are you doing on this world? Like, what are you doing on this world? As if we had the option to jump to another world. So I'm like, what you doing on this world? And she just smiled at me. And then I understood it. I was like, oh, I get it. It was like what it explained to me in that moment. Again, it's like it creates, this shit creates environments for you to understand something. And once you understand it, it takes it apart and then takes you to the next lesson. And then it creates an environment for you to understand that again with no words. The truth is going to come from within you. You're going to see it and comprehend it. And then you're going to be like, oh, that means this. Bet. And it stays with you. It's the weirdest shit. And so I understood what that was when it was like, what are you doing here? And she just smiled at me. I understood that when you love somebody, and when the love that you have for another person is true, and when the love that they have for you is true, if you're really a soulmate, like soulmates are real. If you have a real soulmate in this world, it don't really matter if you find them in this life or not. Because what the mushroom chip showed me is that when you die here, you're going to wake up somewhere else. Energy can't be created or destroyed. It can only change form. It's like a radio frequency. Radio doesn't automatically get destroyed when you change the channel. You're not receiving it no more. So it goes to another frequency and you go to another frequency. So when you die here, you're gonna wake up somewhere else. And when you truly love somebody, like we're not physical beings, we're spiritual beings having a physical experience. And so when you love somebody and that person loves you, you guys are bonded beyond this life. So you guys, it don't really matter what happens in this life so much, because when y'all both leave here, y'all gonna find each other no matter where you go. Like you guys are gonna dance together through the cosmos forever. Y'all gonna just keep on dancing and dancing and dancing and dancing and finding each other in new lives every single time forever. And if y'all get tired of coming to Earth, y'all could just dance through the cosmos just as pure energy and do whatever y'all want to do. But y'all always gonna be together, running and playing and experiencing life, dancing through the cosmos together forever. That's your person. You guys are bonded. Y'all two halves of the same whole. You only need two things to come together to create everything in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like all it took is like two humans to come together to populate the planet. So it's like, come on, all it takes is a sperm and an egg, and that comes together and it multiplies cells at a ridiculous fucking rate that don't make sense in science, and it creates a human being. It could even create twins. It could even create triplets. It could even create quintuplets. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all you really need are two elements to come together, and everything in the world gets created, and everything in the cosmos is created when two things smash together. So it's like it really only takes the both of y'all to get through it. You guys are gonna be together forever. So when I said show me love, it let me know like, oh, I get it. No matter if I meet my person in this life right now, if I find you, if we fall in love, if we fall out of love, if we let circumstances get in between our love, and that's the saddest shit, is if you really do find your soulmate and you allow a circumstance to get in between you and that other person. That's the saddest shit in the world, because circumstances are temporary, but what you and that person got is eternal. So why the fuck would you kick a valuable human being out of your life for some temporary shit? You don't got no money right now, that can change. Your health isn't good at the moment, yo, God willing, that could change. You guys are on two different sides of the world, long distance, that shit could change. You know what I'm saying? Like so many things can be like mitigated and shrunken and eliminated if y'all just see the bigger picture. And the sad thing is, a lot of small-minded humans just can't see the bigger fucking picture. So they will allow some small shit to get in between y'all, and y'all will live your lives playing with B players instead of like being together as y'all was divinely designed to do. That's some sad shit. So don't let that happen. If you know that you with somebody that's extraordinary and that feels like your other half and feel like y'all really belong together and feel like the universe wants y'all together, maybe that is the case, bro, and fight for that shit and make that shit work. You know what I'm saying? But if not, and y'all do let circumstances get in between it, hey, appreciate you, Just Jazzy. Thank you for the gift. Appreciate you. Thank you for that. Yeah, thank you for liking the live. Thank you all for liking the live. Thank you, Miss 69, for liking the live. Thank you, Just Jazzy, for liking the live. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, don't let nothing get in your way, man. And I say that respectfully. You know what I'm saying? No problem. Thank you for sharing your experience. Absolutely. I appreciate you for even being in here listening to it. I know some people would like tune into this and be like, that sounds like some crazy hallucination, and I'm not going to buy it. And the weird thing is, when I got out of that mushroom experience, I did my best to debunk it, right? I did my best. After the experience was done, I did my best to like, that isn't real, right? That couldn't happen, right? I was just in my room in a state in between being awake and being asleep. And I just had this imaginative experience. Just Jazzy, appreciate you. Thank you, Just Jazzy. I just had this like weird experience, right? I appreciate you, Jazzy. Thank you for the gift. Like I did my best to like disprove it, but so much shit afterwards came about in my life that verified what it is that I experienced, that I can't put it out of my head. It's like waking up from a dream. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. You know, once you experience it, you can't unexperience it, and it's enjoyable if you know what to do with it. If you just like not doing nothing with it, then yo, you had a transformative experience that you're not allowing to benefit you or anybody else in life. Shit happens. Some niggas got $1 million in their bank account and they ain't helping a fucking soul. So yo, shit happens. But if you know what to do with it, then it should open up the door like what we're doing right now. You share your experience to motivate other people to have an equally awesome experience. Or maybe just something that you say about your experience can like transform somebody else's paradigm, like the way they see the world. Because that thing about love really got me. And I was like, wow. So me and my soulmate are going to dance through the cosmos together forever. We're going to just jump to different worlds so we can experience different worlds all the time because we're everlasting. We don't die. We come here. This is like a simulation almost. This is like a training ground. It's like a playground, really. Like, if you've ever had birds or just any pet, you know what it's like to create an environment for your pet. If you have fish, you put a little light in there, you throw a little food in there, you organize the conditions to allow these things to live. A bird. A bird is in a cage. You give him everything he needs. But when if you want a bird to go to sleep, all you got to do is cover the cage. And I didn't know that until we had birds. My mother was like, "Yo, this is a simulation, right?" My mother was like, "Yo, put the blanket over the bird cage to make the birds go to sleep." I'm like, "Why would the birds go to sleep by putting a blanket over it? I don't get it." And so I put the blanket over the bird cage, and the second it got dark inside the bird cage, the birds went to sleep. And I'm like, wow. So if I can throw a blanket over a bird cage and make the birds go to sleep, how is that any different than the sun setting and us going to sleep at night? Like, and we're just in a perfect little habitat. You know what I'm saying? Like, something is absolutely keeping us and sustaining us. You got air, you got water, you got fruit, you got friends, you got family, you can reproduce, you can run, you can jump, you can play, you can scream, you can make music, you can shoot movies, you can travel. You can do all these little things in this habitat. You got gravity that keeps you on the ground. You got air that flows. You got sunlight that tells you when it's time to get up. You got sunset when it tells you to go to bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I show you how to grow things in nature. I show you how to build houses. It's like, we're in a fucking habitat, bro. Like, something is keeping us and sustaining us. And what is keeping us and sustaining is way smarter than us, yo. Way smarter than us. So it's like when you get mad and you start like arguing with God and be like, girl, you don't know what you're doing up there, partner. This shit is terrible. You really just don't know what you're talking about. Like, it takes a big man or a big woman to admit that they're wrong and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And when it comes to this universe, bro, we are very wrong. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about most of the time. We are very ignorant, very much so. A person is super ignorant if you could wake up tomorrow, be okay with causing harm to another human and not feel shit about it. You are living super primitively if you could do that. If you're aware, you'll know that, bro, all life is connected. We are all fucking connected. We all suffer when one of us suffers. But it's like, we're so ignorant. We're so blind. We're so in our little worlds. Nah, it don't matter what happened. If some shit happened to that person across the street, that's their business. Like, bro, we don't want to not care about people. Haven't you noticed that the only time people tell you that they don't care is when they're upset or when they're angry or when they're jaded or when they're tired? You never heard a person like in a happy state of mind say that they don't care about another human being. You've never seen that. Oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm so blessed. I don't care about you at all. Never seen that combination. You know what I'm saying? You only see people say, I don't care about you when they're like doing their best to separate themselves or be angry or I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. No, punk, you care. We all care. Shut up. Because it all affects us. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you know how all this stuff affects us? No, you might have a bad day tomorrow. You might not even know why. Why am I having a bad day tomorrow? Nothing happened in my life. My life is great. Yeah, but maybe somebody in your family passed away today. No one in my family died today. Really? You don't know all your cousins, bro. Like, that person across the street might have genuinely been related to you. So their DNA matches your DNA on some level. And so if they die, a little part of you just fucking died. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know. We don't know. We try our hardest to convince ourselves that the rest of the shit makes sense. Like, I'm having a bad day today. It must be because Saturn is in retrograde or some shit. Like, we try our hardest. Like, nigga, does that Saturn being in retrograde make more sense than somebody who you're blood related to is going through a hard time right now and you're feeling it on the other side of the world? No. That's called quantum, what is it, entanglement? Or quantum entrainment? What? Quantum entanglement, I'm almost positive. It's like you could split two cells up that are identical, separate them very far away, do something to one and the other one is going to change. Do something to it again and the other one is going to change. It's like, yo, bro, you can't separate it. Time and space are an illusion. We're still connected. We're still one. We're still here. You know what I'm saying? So like, yo, there has been a fruit fly that has been in my studio for like a fucking week at this point, right? It's one fly. I've never even seen one fly just be alive by itself. But this one fruit fly has been in here for a week and I've done everything in my power to not kill it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to kill it because I'm like, this is just a small fruit fly. I can murder this fly at any point in time. I can kill it with so many things. But I don't want to because I'm like, this fly don't know that it's doing nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? So when I sit here and try to kill this fly, it's like, I'm a savage. I've decided in my brain that this fly is in the wrong place at the wrong time, so it deserves to die. What if you stumble into somebody's yard tonight and they blow your fucking brains out? That's savage. That's sad too, because you didn't even know you was doing nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I want to do my best to not kill this damn fly. This nigga's been in here for a week now. Where I think I have a pet fruit fly at this point. I told somebody that shit because someone came to the studio and they seen the fly, and I was like, I'm sorry, there's a fruit fly in here. And he's like, oh, I get it. I said, yeah, but the fly been in here for a week at this point. I think I have a pet fruit fly at this point, and so it's us now. We here now. We in it together. I just don't want to kill it. I don't know, but I came up with a name the other day, Miss Sunshine. I thought about it yesterday. I'm like, I think I named the shit Saturn or something like that. I don't know. But I wanted to do my best to not kill it because I'm like, yo, bro, like, I just don't want to kill this thing because this little fucking animal that's flying around don't know that it's doing nothing wrong. Every chance I get, I try to open the door to let you out so you could just leave and live your best life without the danger of getting smoked by me. But I don't know. It kept staying here. So I'm like, I don't even know if it's still here or not. Honestly, like, I've lost track. If we see that shit flying around, then we still up. But I just don't want to kill it because I'm like, man, I would pray that if something bigger than me has the power to kill me just because it feels like it, I would pray that it just doesn't. You know what I'm saying? You lost your pet. I'm telling you, how you doing today? What's up, Ken? I'm doing good. 12 tribes of Israel. Man, this shit crazy. Yeah, this shit is crazy. Lost my pet. No, I don't know. I would just like to think that, like, because we don't know. We might not be the biggest shit in the galaxy. Like, some bigger shit might come any day now. And I would like to think, like, damn, okay, well, just because you can kill me right now, I hope that you don't. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you could just point me in the right direction. Maybe you just let me the fuck out of here. Just, you know what I'm saying? If I stumble into somebody's territory on accident, and especially here, now I'm in LA, because apparently these territories go hard. So I'm all right. Let's say I stumble into somebody's neighborhood on accident. I will pray that instead of me getting jumped and shot immediately, I will pray that somebody warns me. Like, hey, bro, you shouldn't be in this area if you're not from here at all. We kill all kind of trespassers. Bruh, I didn't even know I stumbled into this damn area. Can I leave? Yeah, okay, cool, I'm out. Need to be on this goddamn street, no way. And so I'm out. I will pray that something gives me that, you know what I'm saying? And maybe, like a Christmas miracle, me allowing that fruit fly to live will save my life somehow down the future. Do we know if that shit? I don't fucking know. But I know I don't lose no sleep at night by not killing a fucking fly. You know what I'm saying? It's so weird though, bro, because it's like, you don't want to kill a fly, but you be so ready to kill a human if they piss you off enough. You be like, hey, man. So, yeah, we just got to be better as people, as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Catch it, maybe in a container, then release it outside. Oh, maybe I should do that. That's actually pretty smart. You have a strong feeling towards bugs. I don't have no big, good, cool relationship with bugs at all. I just, at some point, I realized, like, in my old apartment in Miami, when I first moved in, there was an ant problem in there. And I really wanted to kill all them fucking ants. But then I realized, like, first off, ants are very organized. Like, they're very organized. Like, they're very organized. They were moving in line. They had a goal for the day. They would get up, line up, get to whatever they was getting at, get back. I would see them bump into each other, and it's almost like them shit say, excuse me. Like, I would see an ant bump into each other and then move out the way and then just keep on going. I'm like, ants are fucking smart. And they're lifting things. I saw one ant, and it was sad. I saw one ant carrying another ant, which almost broke my heart. I was like, damn, that shit looked like a war. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw this one ant carrying, I guess the other ant was either dead or injured, and one ant lifted it up and just started walking off with it. I'm like, damn. So at some point in time, I'm like, I don't want to kill these things just because they're smaller than me, because these little fucking creatures don't know that they're not doing nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what that does for the universe. It might do nothing at all, but I would like to hope one day that if some bigger shit than me has the opportunity to kill me just for standing somewhere, that it just doesn't do that. Like it, I hope that shit is like, bro, I could kill you immediately, but just go that way. I'll be like, I bet, appreciate it. All them fucking days of not killing those ants has come through for me and saved my life. Let me go on about my life. Just because you can doesn't mean you should, right? I miss your music. When are you gonna post a new song? That's real. I'm gonna post a new song today. That hits me right where it hurts. Yeah, I couldn't smash a ladybug that I found in the kitchen. Didn't feel right. See, ladybugs are pretty too. Now, I will say though, roaches. Roaches hit different. If we're being honest, I don't know. Maybe I'm racist, but roaches hit different. Because I just don't feel like roaches help anybody. You know what I'm saying? I feel like roaches. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't kill fucking roaches either. But I'm lucky and fortunate because I haven't seen a roach in a long time. Since I moved to Cali, I haven't seen a damn roach, so I'm lucky. But I would like to believe that I'm just as woke when it comes to roaches too. But roaches is different. I have a vendetta with the motherfuckers. I grew up with roaches, bro. So me and roaches been going to war since the 90s. You know what I'm saying? So that shit different. That shit go deep. So maybe I need another mushroom trip to get advanced enough to like participate with roaches. Why humans can't be that way? I'm telling you. Peace and comfort. Nah, they gotta go. Just Jazzy said the worst creation. Nah, racist. I dislike roaches. Why did Moses put roaches on that ship? I think you mean Noah with the boat. Yeah, I don't know. That shit was crazy. I don't know. I don't understand roaches. I understand bees and I understand a lot of other. I understand bees a lot because they pollinate plants and shit. But roaches, they don't look like they fucking help nobody. They don't even like they help each other. You see how like the ants, at least they getting busy and they in order. These roaches is savage. Them shits is like do or die. I don't understand the roaches, but I will say this: I want to be to a point where I could let them do what they got to do. Noah, wrong, bro. He never did for real. Yeah, that shit crazy. I don't know, man. Look, all I will say though is that sometimes we got to think about the bigger picture when it comes to things. Like, if we don't understand how this universe is constructed or set up, we have no right taking liberties with shit that we just don't really understand. You know what I'm saying? A friend of mine told me like, yo, bro, we're fucking up the world by pulling all these oils and minerals out of the planet. I was like, what you mean? He said, bro, all those minerals, diamonds, gold, and oil that's in the crust of the earth, that's just there for a reason, bro. I was like, oh, well. He said, it's not just nothing. Like, so we're pulling it out of the planet. We got to understand we're destabilizing our planet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're destabilizing the fucking planet. You're giving it the ability to fall apart because you're stripping. It's like, imagine there were little creatures that lived on your body that was like, okay, cool. This human being is valuable. I'm going to take the blood out. I'm going to take some bone marrow out. I'm going to take some white blood cells out. I'm going to take some iron out. I'm going to take all the little shits out and I'm going to sell it to all my little friends. Eventually, whoever the fuck those little creatures are taking all those important parts of the human body out of, eventually that nigga's going to die. So it's like the earth is a living thing, bro. So eventually we keep taking all these things out of the planet, but this shit is going to die because you're destabilizing it. You're giving this shit the ability to fall apart. One day this shit might just split. He's like, oh, that nigga took the last drop of oil. These white Americans took the last little bit of oil and the world just went split in half. And we didn't know what the fuck was going on. And that's why we're looking for another planet so that we could go to another one and fuck it up the exact same way. We're going to go to Mars and start fucking up Mars. It's just crazy to me. So I'm not saying we should move backwards, but I am saying like we should look for good ways to do good shit. You know what I'm saying? And of course we got to make our mistakes, but like, I don't know. Everybody should do mushrooms though. At least once. I highly recommend it. Take it with a grain of salt though, because I don't know how like different people's minds are composed and constructed in different ways. So some people can handle it maybe and some people can't. Take it with a grain of salt. But I do think people should experiment with that shit at least once. At least one. Point of this, try mushrooms. At least once. That's what I think. At least once. At least once. I would recommend doing it by yourself. I did it by myself because I didn't want any outside force messing with whatever it was that the mushrooms were looking to do inside of my body. So, yeah. When it showed me with love, was. That was valuable. It took me to God, which is the waterfall, and I couldn't understand that. It showed me across the universe. That was really good. And then by the end of the mushroom trip, I kept saying to myself, like, what did I keep saying? I kept saying this word over and over and over and over and over. It's like, can't you see it? Can't you see it? Can't you see it? Can't you see it? It's like amazing. And I kept saying words like amazing and incredible and extraordinary. And I think extraordinary. I just kept saying these incredible words. And by the end of the experience, I came out of it understanding a better, I came out of it with a better understanding of myself, which was you are who you are throughout the cosmos. Like, you might think that you're small. You might think that you're poor. You might think that you're at a disadvantage. You might think that the life that was given to you has predestined that you're going to be a failure. You might think all these things about your life, man, but if you get a deeper understanding of yourself beyond the physical, like beyond your physical body, because everything that you know about your life is contingent on your physical, right? Like, you didn't come here as a ghost, live for 50 years and then get a body. Like, you came with the body. So all the shit that we call ourselves is literally attached to our body, to our name, to our social security number, to our body, to our birthday, to our family, to our community, to our environments, to our upbringing. All those things you just piled onto us from birth. But if you go deeper than that, beyond the physical, man, you'll find that you are much bigger than you think. You're much more important than you think as well. Like, when I came out of the experience, it really like bothered me, the idea of unimportant people. You know, when someone would say or think to themselves, like, I'm not important in the grand scheme of things. It's like, yo, bro, don't fucking say that, because you have no idea how important you are in the grand scheme of things. Not everybody in the world needs to be quote unquote famous. Some motherfuckers wouldn't even like that shit. Like, everybody think that they would like to be famous. Bruh, be famous for a fucking week and see if you like it. There's a lot of things that you enjoy about your life right now that you can't do if you're ridiculously famous. Like, you could go to the grocery store and buy something and then leave, and then go to a park and leave, and then go publicly and eat. Like, you could do regular shit. These people can't do that shit. They really live like fucking Barbie dolls inside of plastic. Like, it's not as fun as you think. Like, if you study that shit enough and you get enough attention, it's not as fun as you think. I've experienced, like, in the small famous moments that I've had in my life, where people will know shit about me publicly, and I've never met this person before, but they could talk to me about some personal shit that happened in my own life because I've shared it online. That shit is mind blowing. That shit bothers you. Somebody told me about some traumatic shit in my own life, and I was like, fuck, like that. It was so strange. Imagine having a stranger come up to you and talk to you about one of the most personal things in your life. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? You really feel like a microscope. Like, you just feel different. You feel weird. You're like, damn. You feel like they're immediately inside your skin. And that's the craziest thing about it. And when you create art in a vulnerable way, people have the ability to do that. And it's no big deal to them. But to you, it's like, you just brought up some really personal shit to me about my mother, about my upbringing, about this, about that. And they can just talk about it casually. But to you, it feels like, damn, you don't have no defenses with this person. You can't act any kind. They know everything about you, bro. And so it's just weird. It could get really weird. So I say that shit to say, when I came out that experience, the weirdest concept was the idea that there are unimportant people in the world. And it's like, no, bro, there is no such thing as an unimportant person. If there's 9 billion people on the planet, somebody could wake up tomorrow and be like, there's 9 billion people on the planet, I'm not important. But bruh, there is an infinite number of possibilities out there. Even 9 billion to us that we think is so fucking big is minuscule. Is really small compared to the grand scheme of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's more grains of sand out there than people. Forever. There will always be more grains of sand out there than people. You know what I'm saying? And you just don't know, man. You don't know how important people are. You don't know what part you're going to play in the grand scheme of things. So, like, remove the idea that you're unimportant or you're not special. You are. You're here. Somebody put the statistic up at some point of, like, the odds that you would be born. And the odds are, like, I don't even know the statistic. Maybe somebody in here who knows this number was like, yo, when sperms are released, there's like a really small chance that one is actually going to make it to the finish line, make it into an egg, be successful at populating the egg and making it do what it's supposed to do. It's like a race for your life, really. And a lot of those cells just die before they ever get a chance. You know what I'm saying? And even the ones that do get into an egg, miscarriages happen, abortions happen, accidents happen, all kind of shit happens. All kind of other things could even happen to make it so it's like you don't come in. Even if you do make it into the egg, you may not grow properly. You may stillbirths happen. All kind of shit happens. Premature births happen, and then baby don't got enough nutrients, got to stay in the NICU for a while. All kind of shit. So the fact that you was born in a time like ours, born with all your limbs, born with the ability to stand, walk, speak, see, feel, think, create, work, communicate, like a bunch of fucking things. Like you got a bunch of shit. Yo, check this out. I've been telling people to do this for a long time and I never did it for myself. So I've been a hypocrite for a while. But I'm like, yo, if you ever like want to stay on track and you ever just want to like remind yourself of how good your life is, write a list down of all your wins, all the times that you won in life, right? Like all the times that you were lucky, all the times you came in first, all the times you got an award, all the times you were chosen, all the times you were randomly picked, all the times you won a contest, all the times you got an A on something. Just write all your wins down on a piece of paper. And that list, when life does what life does, that list will keep your ass afloat. Do it. Write a list of all your wins out, right? I said that for years and I never did it for myself until like a week ago, right? My list, I started listing out all my wins because I'm like, you could be a winner, but living life like a loser if you don't remember your wins. Because a lot of times the noise that get replayed in our brains is all the bad shit that happened in our life. That didn't work out for me. That didn't work out for me. I didn't make it there. I didn't get that job. That person didn't choose me. That person left me. All the negative shit plays on a loop forever for free. But then the good times like pay-per-view. Like I gotta buy internet service. I gotta work real hard to remember good times. So it's like you write it down, scan that list, and you'll be like, damn, I am a winner. I won here. I did this. I overcame that. I made that happen. I did that. They told me that was impossible. I got that grade. I graduated here. I showed up on time. I made that work. I got that promotion. Write out all your wins. And so I did. My list is 156. This shit took. This is gonna be backwards for y'all because the thing is reversed. But this shit was. These are my wins. These are my wins. It's like 4 pages worth of shit, and they're like front and back every single one. Like this is. And so I'm sitting here thinking like, well, shit's not working for me. I'm thinking of all the not good shit that happened in my life, but I'm like, yo, wait a minute. I have 156 wins that I can look at on a piece of paper, right? And here's the craziest part of this shit, right? It's one thing to talk about it. Again, I was telling people to do this shit for years and I had never done it. So I was a hypocrite, so I decided to sit down and actually do it. The craziest thing about this shit is that I was on page number 1, right? And I started writing shit down of my wins. And I got to number like 25 or 30 on the list of wins. And I was still on day number 1 of my life. I was thought of. I was prayed for. I was designed. I was a spirited. I have a fucking spirit. So spirit made contact with flesh. And now I'm here. I wasn't a stillborn or nothing like that. I was born. I was born healthy. My mother survived my birth. My father was involved and dedicated in my birth. I was born to a loving family. I was born a male with a full male spirit. I was born loved. I was born to rule. I was born, I was fed, clothed, and taken care of. From fucking day 1, I was fed, I was clothed, and I was taken care of from day 1, bruh. Not fucking week 1 or year 1, day 1. I grew naturally. I grew in America. Multiple languages are spoken in my home. I can hear, I can see, I can comprehend, I can think, I can imagine, I can speak. This shit could go on all day, bro. And this is day number 1, the first day. So it's like, bro, like every day I could wake up in the morning and be like, there's 30 things for me to be thankful for off fucking rip. And those are only the things that I'm conscious of. Like, I'm not completely conscious of every breath that I take. I'm not completely conscious of what the cells are doing in my body individually. I'm not conscious when I get cut and I'm bleeding and I just gotta patch it up, and then like in a week or 2 it closes by itself. The body heals itself, bro. You know how fucking valuable that shit is? The body heals itself. Yo, can you imagine how weird we would look and be and feel if the body didn't heal itself at all? If every cut you ever got in your life was still on your body, still bleeding, dog, we would probably live to like 4 years old, 5 years old. We would never make it in society. If every cut was still around, yo, bro, I've got messed up. Look at this shit. I got scars on my eyebrows. I'm missing a patch of skin here. I got stitches here from a fight. All kind of shit. So it's like, yo, bro, like there's so many things to be thankful for. Your spleen is working. Your kidneys are working, bro. You don't know how valuable them fucking kidneys are until they start acting up on you. And I'm remembering because in 2022, I had a situation where my kidneys was failing. And I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I couldn't lift my feet off the ground. It was really weird. And it was only because I had like essentially food poisoning. But I had E. coli and Shigella at the same time. And that shit was causing rapid organ failure in my body. And I'm not like, I'm a regular nigga, but I'm also like not. Like I eat very fucking healthy. Like I monitor my diet. I exercise ridiculously. I do a lot of cardio. And that shit was destroying me in a day. When I went to I ate the bad sub on one day, got super fucking sick the next day, and that third day I was in the hospital because this shit wasn't getting no better. When I got up in the hospital, they immediately admitted me. I wasn't in the waiting room for more than 5 minutes. They tried to check my blood pressure. It was like, they checked it 3 times. She checked the one, she was like, huh. And then she checked it again, she was like, huh, okay, hold on, let's put it on the other arm. And I'm like, bro, if the blood pressure's taking a long time, I must be fucked up. Because this is supposed to be the easy part. And so she did a third time, she's like, that's really low. She's like, all right, come on, let's just bring you back. And so she brought me back. They was like, you're severely dehydrated and your kidneys are operating at 20%. I'm like, damn. They're like, yeah, if you would have came in any later, we would have immediately had to put you on dialysis. I'm like, damn. And then it was like, yeah, and if you wouldn't have came in at all, then you could have died of organ failure. I was like, damn, bro, what the fuck is going on? And I thought I was straight. They're like, yeah, we're just gonna give you a bunch of fluids and try to make sure you get right. I'm like, cool. He said, yeah, you're gonna be okay. I'm like, cool, okay, I'll be okay. I'm sitting in a room somewhere. Then 2 minutes later, a nurse come in. He's like, yo, we're taking you to the ICU. I was like, hold up, bro. That fucking doctor said I was gonna be okay. But then these nurses, I'm just going to the ICU casually? Nah, nigga, I know what ICU means. That's where niggas go to die. And so I was like, oh, Lord, how bad is this shit here? And so ICU, you know, Miss 69, you can tell me, I'm pretty sure you're a nurse, I think. Don't that mean the intensive care unit? Don't that mean where niggas need intensive care? That nigga said I was gonna be fine. And he was like, yeah, we're gonna take you to the ICU. You don't just take people there casually, bro. I don't think that's where I go if casual. You go because you're critical. You see it? And that nigga said it's so casual. He's like, yeah, we're just gonna hit you with flu. You're gonna be okay. Yeah, we're taking you to the ICU. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna be okay. Lying ass nigga. And so I went to the ICU and I was there for like 3-4 days. And they was pumping me with a bunch of shit. But I say all that to say, bro, like, you don't know how well shit is working in your favor because you ain't got to calculate a lot of this shit yourself. You ain't got to think about where your blood flow is going and sometimes some of this and some of that. Some of us do, but some of us don't. And so some of us are very fortunate. You know what I'm saying? So count that shit. Write a list out, bro, of all your wins. Trust me when I tell you, this shit how you looking at life different. Because then I started getting into my adulthood. Then I started looking at like first jobs that I got, how I got the job, opportunities to rap, like how I made a lot of money in certain environments. And as I started looking at this list, I started noticing one common denominator in all the wins that I had, and it was like overcoming adversity. That's where all of these fucking wins come from. There was always some shit in my way, and I always had to overcome it. Overcome it. You overcome it, and shit, I get another thing I can add to the list. And it was really weird because it was like, man, you just got to overcome. You just got to go there. Put yourself there. Go. Just go. Go for it. And it's really good. I remember after I made this list, I went to the park. And God told me to go to the park, and I randomly ended up in some people's music video. But before the music video thing even happened, I remember thinking about this list because I had just made it at the time. And I was like, man, everything that good that happened in my life was me overcoming adversity. It's like gravity. There's some force of nature holding you back, and you just got to overcome that shit. In order for you to build muscle in your body, you have to build muscle. You build muscle with resistance. You don't build muscle in a comfortable environment. I've never seen a nigga build muscle from his fucking bed. I'm sorry, I've never seen that. I've seen people get fat in bed though. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen somebody build muscle in a very soft, comfortable environment. I haven't seen it. If somebody could show me how that shit is done, that shit's gonna change the fucking world. But to the best of our knowledge right now, you build muscle by going to a place full of very hard metal objects or just very hard and heavy instruments and lifting and moving them shits around. Or if you're a farmer, you just lift and throw animals all damn day, or haystacks or whatever farmers are doing. But I heard farmers are fucking strong. So all that shit to say, you build with resistance, overcoming adversity. That shit is it. Sometimes I want to go live, but sometimes other things pop into my head and I start doing other shit, a million things that I got to do. I got a big list of shit that needs to get done. I got a long ass to-do list. And I'm like, I don't got time to go live right now. That don't make as much sense as everything else I got to do. But I got to overcome adversity because I don't know how valuable these lives are to the world or to the people that are in here or what it's going to provide for somebody later on in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it's supposed to be doing, but I feel called to do it. So I'm going to keep on doing it. And it's not always easy, but you got to overcome it. Overcome it. And that's what I found when I wrote down this list. I'm like, damn, bro, all the best shit that happened in my life was me overcoming adversity. I had a 2008 Infiniti M35. That shit had roaches in it. I got it fucked up. And it destroyed itself. You know what I'm saying? It's wonderful that you could hold a conversation even here. Oh, appreciate y'all. Thank you. Nah, man, I don't know. A lot of men can't hold a conversation. Yes, okay. I feel like I have something to say about that, but I don't know what it was. I was gonna say something, but I feel like I don't know, man. I'm just full of things. I feel like every day I'm observing things and I'm feeling things in real time. And I just want to share them with people because I'm like, I'm a really good person to write a book and to tell people how to live life because everything I'm saying, I'm doing it in real time. I've never told a person to do anything that I haven't done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have never told you to pop no fucking mushrooms if I didn't do that shit first. I did it. So I'm like, yeah, treat yourself one day. Treat yourself, leave it there. But nah, man, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. I don't know, man. I think you have a lot of depth. Right. Right. Thank you. It's experience, bro. Life kicks your ass enough. You got two choices. Either I'm going to sit down and allow this shit to happen or I'm going to get up and figure this shit out. But one thing that I've learned in recent times too is grace. Giving people grace because it's very easy for us to judge when we don't know what other people are going through, dog. But one thing, man, look, karma is real. Karma is real. Give everybody grace, bro, because you don't know what people are going through. And if you poke fun at people and you make fun of people, bro, or if you even talk shit or even think a shitty thought, man, life, God, and the universe has a way of putting you in the exact same shoes of the people that you were judging so that you can understand. And now I get it, especially after the mushroom trip. I get it because I'm like, oh, in the mushroom trip, I said the brilliant part about it is that it creates an environment to make you understand something beyond words. Like, God ain't going to talk to you. God is going to create an environment for you to figure that shit out. And once you figure it out, it's going to change. And the same thing is true of life outside of the mushroom trip. Like, in real life, if you sit, Uncle Javar, what up, Uncle Javar? If you sit and you point your finger and you judge people and you like try to treat people like, oh, I'll never do what that person does. I never act like that person. That person is on some bullshit, X, Y, Z. Yeah, okay, talk that shit now. But if you keep having such a hard heart, God is going to put you in the exact same shoes as that person that you judging so hard or that you treating so bad or you just judging so hard. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to punish you, but God is going to, again, create an environment for you to understand. And you're not going to understand this shit until I put you there with that person. And then when you're there with them, you're going to understand how a person could lie in that situation. You're going to understand how a person could cheat in that situation. You're going to understand how a person could like betray somebody. And that's when push come to shove and you are put in the exact same situation, you're going to see how you could be a less than loyal individual, a less than popular, a less than arrogant motherfucker when you don't have anything, when all your opportunities flop on you, when you lose everything, when your health starts caving in on you. You know what I'm saying? So like, I learned that lesson like a little while ago, like I think a week ago or 2 weeks ago. God taught me a lesson. I was in the shower and then 3 lessons hit me back to back. You know what I'm saying? We're meant to understand different perspectives from other people. Fact. I thought about this in the shower a little while ago. God was like, one, generosity. You got to learn how to give. I was really weird when it comes to generosity. I thought that I was going to be generous to people, but like earn it. You know, like we all got that thing of like, yo, as soon as the check dropped for me, I'm going to give to people, but I'm going to make them earn it. I'm not just going to give shit to nobody. I'm going to just make them earn it. And God was like, oh, yeah? All right, cool. But in the months that I've been here in LA, things have not always worked out for me. And I've needed help specifically from like my family members in ways that I've never had to ask nobody for help before. And when I come to like my sisters specifically and I ask them for help, they just show up for me. They don't ask me for shit. They don't ask me for proof of concept. They don't ask me for an investment plan. They don't ask me for a portfolio. They don't ask me for a payment plan to repay them. They just like, oh, you need that? Boom, here. Take care of what you got to take care of. And that was very humbling for me, bro, because I'm not used to receiving any favors from any fucking body. I'm used to just working and getting it. But what do you do when you're working as hard as you can and it's still not coming through? And it's funny because I didn't understand it. Uncle Javar, absolutely, send me some beats. King Hoodie Mails, that's my name, but kinghoodiemail@gmail.com. Send me some beats. So it was very humbling for me in recent times because I've never had to ask for help like that. You know what I'm saying? And for my sisters to show up for me. Like, I'm supposed to be there leading them and putting it on them. And for them to help me like that, it was like, wow. And I didn't know why I needed to learn this lesson, but then I remembered something. I remembered that in 2021, I was making a lot of fucking money. So much money, I ain't need to talk to nobody all year. Everything was paid all year. I didn't need to talk to shit. I was able to do what the fuck I wanted all year. Like, I didn't need to say a word to nobody. Crib paid for, downtown Miami. Car paid off. I ain't got to think about shit. Credit is perfect, and I'm using all my points to fucking ball out. I'm using the points on my credit shit to like travel. I'm just, and the money is coming in so fast and so good. I remember saying something 1 month. First came around, paid my rent, paid everything I needed to pay. And I remember saying to myself, I was like, you know, I don't understand why people are late on their bills. I don't understand why anybody's ever late on their bills. Like, you got 30 days to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just get it and pay it. Like, life is easy. You just got to get it. Yeah. Ha 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 ha. I'm so fucking smart because money's coming in. And it's funny how stupid we get and how like high and mighty and ignorant we get. And it's fucked up because I don't even remember saying it to nobody. I just remember saying that shit to myself in the comfort of my crib. Because 2021, my mother died, so I was kind of reclusive at the same time. I wasn't doing a lot. I was just enjoying my fancy-ass apartment downtown. I just remember making that statement, and it's so weird because last week, I was in the shower, and I was like, yo, you got to learn to be generous without qualifications. You be trying to give to people, but like, I'm not God. This person don't need to qualify by my standards. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck am I to like do that to somebody? Sorry for your loss. Thank you, Miss 69 and Javar. Downtown is nice. Yeah, downtown Miami is hella nice. But I said that slick ass statement. And I ain't thinking nothing of it. Man, from 2022, my finances went straight down. And I was like, this ain't nothing. I'm hustling my way out of this shit the way I always do. This ain't shit. Hustling, breaking your fucking back, doing everything you could think of, and it's still coming in slow. And it's so funny because like last week or 2 weeks ago, I was sitting in the shower. I was like, man, you know what's weird? I've had to really humble myself in recent times and ask for help. I've had to ask for help in ways that I've never had to ask before. In my household, people couldn't help you. So you didn't ask for help. You had to go and work and get it. As much as people loved you, they physically couldn't help you. So you had to go and get it. Us asking each other for help was like pointless. So it's not something we do. And man, it dawned on me since I've been here, my sisters have been helping me. All I had to do was ask, and it was given to me unconditionally. And here I am saying the second I get a lot of money, I'm going to give to people, but with conditions. And that was blocking me from all my blessings right then and there. That ridiculous fucking idea that a person needed to prove something to me in order for me to help them, instead of me just fucking helping them. In order for me to help them, instead of me just fucking helping them. They're probably doing as much as they can. If they are, Why would I add extra stress onto that person's plate by trying to make them qualify for my favor? Bro, my lights are about to go out. I could use some help. Well, are you working as hard as you can? What are you doing to get it? I'll tell you what, you go to work for me for 3 days straight and I'll pay. What the fuck? You're adding so much stress to that person's life. You can't even really call that help anymore. You know what I'm saying? You can call that temp labor that really doesn't even matter, and you wouldn't and shouldn't treat a friend like that. Why would you do that? Or somebody like, oh, I got an idea for a business. Cool, you present the plan to me, and I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna give it to somebody else, and we're gonna see if you qualify, then I'm gonna be the one to. Now it's like, no, I get it, bro. I get it. God don't need me to be that kind of. Maybe somebody in this life is supposed to be that kind of person, and for you, hey, all to it. But apparently, I'm not supposed to be that kind of person. I'm supposed to give unconditionally. I'm supposed to give to who I'm supposed to, when I'm supposed to, however much I'm supposed to, in whatever way I'm supposed to. Like, that shit was very humbling for me. And it dawned on me. I was in the shower. I was like, boom, you got to be generous. Fuck that condition. You got to learn how to give unconditionally, no matter what, period. Second thing I learned was like, yo, you got to have grace, bro, because God will put you in the same situation as somebody else. I was sitting there, bro. I had the fucking nerve to sit and say, even in my own brain, I can't see how people are late on their payments. Everybody, you have 30 days to get it. And then in the years to follow, I know exactly how you can be late on a fucking payment. I know exactly how you can work every fucking day for 30 days and not make what you have to make in order to pay for everything that you need to pay for. I know how to do that now. I know what it's like to struggle as an adult and as a child. And I remembered, it wasn't until I was sitting like a week ago and I thought about, like, damn, I made a stupid ass statement of fucking 4 years ago. Like, essentially, and it sucks because it's not even about what comes out of your mouth. It's about what comes out of your heart, your intention. I said a statement, not even to another person. I just said it. But the intention in my heart was me thinking that I was better than other people at that point in time. Because money was coming so fast for me, I immediately couldn't relate to anybody who wasn't getting it as fast. And so I had the nerve to like have my heart be that kind of way. I had the nerve to be like, oh, I don't know how you're not getting it, because I didn't even say it to them. I said it to the fucking thin air. I was by myself. But my heart, I adjusted myself. I was better than other people. And God was like, bet. I'm gonna show you exactly how you can work your fucking back to the bone and not make anything. God was like, yeah, okay, he's getting high and mighty. Turn the water off on all the opportunities, on all the money, on all the everything. Turn the water off on everything that's coming in. And then everything dried up. And I was like, wow, that's just crazy. And then you struggle, and then you don't understand why until you learn your lessons. And then I learned them lessons like last week, and it's so weird because I learned those 2 lessons and one other lesson about essentially not giving a fuck about what other people think. And then the following week, I started getting booked out here like crazy. I've been on this like casting website, putting my name in all these different little productions, and then like 5 productions hit me up right back to back to back to back to back to back and put money in my account. Money, back to back to back to back to back. And it was like, wow, why are all these opportunities coming in right now at this moment? That's interesting. Super interesting, actually. I'm down for these things. I'm getting casted for shit. And I'm new to the city, so I got to meet all these people any fucking way. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Miami. I don't know any of these LA casting directors. Now I'm meeting these motherfuckers face to face, these YouTubers and all these other niggas. So I'm like, this is interesting. But how come it didn't happen a week before? How come none of them bookings came like 3 days before I had that realization about the lessons that I needed to learn? And it's like, bruh, it is what it is. You're going to be God is creating an environment around you for you to understand what it is you need to understand. And until you learn a lesson, you're going to be there. You're not going to go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So it would behoove you to pay attention to what's going on in your life. Pay attention to your energy at any point in time about how you feel about something. Are you really judgmental? Are you really petty? Are you really argumentative? Like, do you really are you speaking to somebody from your spirit in a good way, in an abundant way, that you really wish the best for that person? Or are you speaking to them from the flesh, where you like, you're over there and I'm over here, and for some stupid fuck reason we think that if you win, I lose. So in order for me to win, you gotta lose, and I have to convince you that you losing is okay, so I can take advantage of the work that you're gonna do. It's gonna benefit me. That's how the rich get richer. Like, when you think from the flesh, you can separate 2 individuals because we're not conjoined. When you think from the spirit, you can't separate nobody. You like, that which I want for me, I want for you too. You know, so it's really interesting, bro. Honestly, I mean, and again, I'm just speaking on my experiences in life, in real time as they're happening. But those bookings came right after I learned that lesson. I was like, man, I talked shit 4 years ago about how easy it was to get all this money. And it is when things are going your way. But when things are not going your fucking way, and you gotta like really put yourself out there more and more and more, it's like everything just got fucking 10 times harder out of nowhere. And it's like, yeah, because you started angling and positioning yourself in a way that you thought you were better than other people. You're not, bro. Like, you're not. You're not better than any other person because the other person is you and you are that person, and that's just what it was. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever position yourself like you're better than them. Like, you're not. You're not. At any point in time, the person that you're shitting on today could be your boss tomorrow. And if you talk that shit, bro, even if it's by yourself, like, even if it's to yourself alone, it's not about the words that come out your mouth. It's about the intentions in your heart. If you set that intention where you really position yourself to be blind to another person's plight and you like judging them, I don't know how you can't get it if I can get it. I was so fucking stupid because I had one successful year in my whole life. Well, I guess every year has been good, but that year I had a lot of money and I was very happy. Like I had like bands. I was very proud of myself that year. I had a lot of fucking money. And it was just like, and I blew it. I blew all the money. The weird thing was, I blew all the money because I was sad that my mom was dead. I was like, bro, why is the world like this? Like, we didn't get any money from her dying. The insurance company told us that she wasn't on a policy long enough for them to pay us. So they just sent us back like, I think $2,000 or $1,200 that she had given to them for her insurance policy. She had life insurance, but she died within like a 2-year window. So they didn't have to pay. And I was like, man, that's so fucked up. They didn't give us anything. But through other ways, I made a bunch of fucking money that year and I blew it. I spent it all. I spent it all because I was sad that my mother was dead. And I didn't understand that I was spending out of grief. I was spending money, a lot of money, so that I could avoid pain. And I didn't understand that until like the year had come to an end and I blew all my fucking money. And that was a weird thing. That was a very weird thing. And I learned the lesson. And it's just like a lot of people, you don't learn the lesson until it's too late. You know, you have enough money to not have to deal with people, so you don't deal with them. I don't got to talk to nobody. I don't got to work for nobody. I could just do what the fuck I want. I could eat out every single day. I could splurge. I could travel. I don't give a fuck. And I was doing all those things because I didn't want to sit with the reality that my mother died. And I felt responsible for it. Like if I would have just been smarter and if I would have just made a better decision on what hospital to take her to or when to take her out of the hospital or how to treat her without going to the fucking hospital, could I have changed this? In retrospect, looking back on it, God is like, no. Everybody has a birthday and a death day and it has nothing to do with any fucking thing. You can't stop it. That's like Final Destination. When it's your time, it's your time. Even if you didn't die that way, you're gonna die this way. Like when it's time for you to leave the game, you're gonna leave the fucking game. You're not in control of that. So yeah, it's weird. Like when you're grieving, you look to do things to like cope with the pain. And that's what I was doing. And it was so weird. And then years later, I was like, I see what the problem was. I started angling my heart as if I was better than other people because I was hurt. And I just wanted to like pay to make the pain go away. So I'm just treating myself to a bunch of fucking things that I didn't fucking need. It was so weird too. But like I got a brand new apartment and I put a post up of me in my apartment. I had like a box holding my laptop and I had my mattresses on the floor. And I made an Instagram post like, yeah, I got my own apartment and I had an air mattress. 2 of my friends called me. One of my friends called me. He was like, yo, bro. He had another friend on the phone too. These are guys that I met maybe in the past, in 3 years prior, like between 2019 and 2021. I met them at a party. They took a liking to me. I went to party at their house and they kind of like put their arms around me like, oh, you're like a younger brother to us and you cool as fuck. We can hang with you. You got class. And these are rich black men in Miami. 2 of them. One is in finance. The other is just lives the most interesting life in the world. He's literally the Guinness man. This nigga does everything he wants to do. He has Bill Clinton saxophone. This guy took me to Ghana one time. We had a ball. So these 2 older guys. I'm in my apartment. I made a video on Instagram like, yeah, I got an apartment. I'm about to get it popping. Air mattress and some boxes everywhere. Man, the homie called me. He's like, hey, bro, how you doing? I'm like, good. He said, yo, bro, I saw your Instagram post. I'm like, thanks. He said, yeah, man, that air mattress ain't the way. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, you know, I'm new to this is my first apartment. I'm gonna build up my furniture as I go. He said, yeah, well, you know, could you do it with like $4,000? I'm like, yeah, I could probably do it with like $4,000. That's an interesting number to throw out there. I could probably make it. He said, okay, cool. Well, look, between me and your other homie here, we both want to contribute to that. So you got a $4,000 line of credit with us. You could just go and get you some furniture. 2,000 from me, 2,000 from him. We want to hook you up. So make a list, go and get you some furniture, bro. And yeah, call us, and we'll send you the money. I'm like, bet. And he hung up. And that was a fact. I made a list, and one wired the money to me, one gave me the money in cash, and the boys gave me $4,000 to furnish my entire apartment. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was weird. I never experienced no shit like that. And I bought nice shit too. I put that 4,000 and usually I got me a nice ass bed, nice ass TV, nice everything. I made sure that my shit was nice from beginning to end. And where the fuck does that even come from though? Where friends will just call you and be like, here's 4K to go and get you some brand new furniture. Like, I've never experienced a shit like that. But it's like I was in a season of prosperity. My mother had just died, so right after a season of pain, a season of prosperity. And I let it go to my head. You know what I'm saying? I let it go to my head where everything was so good for so long that I was talking crazy. Like, oh, well, I don't know how people can't pay their bills on time. I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? Don't you know you just got to get this money? And then God was like, oh, I elevate you for a season and you forget where you come. Okay, cut the water off. Drop this nigga right back to ground zero. And he's going to understand exactly how you can hustle as hard as you can and not make enough. Don't ever forget where you come from, yo. Because God will put your ass right there. Don't ever forget that everybody here deserves grace. Give grace to everybody. You don't know what you don't know, bro. So I'm doing my best to walk around with grace every day. I'm looking at everybody and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know shit about shit. And I'm not going to sit here and talk about that person or that person because God has done it enough and will put me in their fucking shoes tonight if you want to. I'm good. So, no, I'm not going to judge shit. I'm going to say, man, God bless everybody. Everybody's cool. Everybody's on their way. I don't know where they're going. I don't know where. But if I need to contribute, I'll do what I got to do. Give unconditionally. Have grace for everybody. And do what the fuck I got to do. You know what I'm saying? Karma's real. So, yeah, it's funny because as soon as I learned them lessons, I was sitting there like, oh, damn. And then bookings after that. Bam, 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 bam. Opportunity. Meeting people. Doing it. And so, yeah, I say that to say, man, I don't know where the lesson is in that other than, you know, what I just said. But if y'all found some other kind of use for that information, use it. But I know don't allow yourself to get high and mighty. And I learned this valuable thing too. The valuable thing I learned was that the valleys are not the most dangerous place. You know, people talk often about like valleys and peaks, right? Especially religious people. I guess there was a lot of mountains in the Bible. But people always talk about the valleys and the peaks, right? You got the valley, which is the low area, and you got the peaks, the peak of the mountain, the highest of the high, right? And a lot of people think that like, yo, what is it? I think even in the Bible says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. It's like, yeah, a lot of people are concerned with being in the valley, but I realized in recent times that the valley is not the most dangerous part. The peak is the most dangerous part. The bottom of the mountain, where the wolves and the hyenas and all that shit is at, is not the worst or the scariest part or the most dangerous part. The most dangerous part of the mountain is the top of the mountain. And I said it to say most of us grew up in the valley. Most people know how to survive on less than. Most people know how to survive within budget. Most people know how to survive within scarcity. Most people know how to hustle, get their work. With a little bit of groceries and a little bit of rent and light money, a little bit of friends, I can make a life. No big deal. You're in the valley, but you can make it work. There's scammers here, okay? There's bad people here, okay? There's these kind of, okay, you know how to navigate those areas. You was born and raised in the valley. You know how to figure that shit out. Most people can figure it out when they're at rock bottom. You know what I'm saying? But it's not the most dangerous part. The reason is because at rock bottom too, there's also a lot of people there. Like most of your friends and family are also at rock bottom. So you're not there alone. Like most people can help people who are struggling because everyone struggles. And so at some point, everyone can just help each other. The most dangerous part is the peak, the top, because one, it's uncharted territory. Like most people don't know what to do when they come in contact with a lot of money coming from a place of not a lot of money. Most people don't know what to do when they come with a lot of like access, when they come from an environment that has no access. Access to vices out of this fucking world. Access to women or men of your choosing. Access to clothes. Access to traveling. Access to the ability to hide from pain and run from your problems. you could do a lot of that shit at the peak. So much so that you will blind yourself and become a fucking monster. You can become something that you don't even recognize. You can become something way different. I was popping for like 3 months, and I was like, I don't know how niggas can't pay their bills, la la la. And then the rest of the year, I mean, I was popping all year, but it was like 3 months in, I'm talking shit. So it's like, yo, how quickly we forget what brought us to the party. And that's the most dangerous part about it. A lot of people, they rise and they forget what brought them there. You know, they forget the lessons that they learned at the bottom. You forgot how humble you was. You forgot how cool you was. You forgot how understanding you was. You forgot how nice you was. You forgot how generous you was. You forgot how authentic you was. You became very jaded because at the top, you get so much more interference. You know, at the bottom, you only have a handful of access. You can go to the grocery store, you can go home, you can go Netflix, you can go to work, home, grocery store. Like, you had a handful of family's house. But when you're at the top, you can go to the Alps, you can go to Vegas tonight, you could be in planes that you're probably not supposed to be in. You could be in cars you're probably not supposed to be in. You could put shit in your body that you would have never had access to before. Because everybody's doing it and you on a fucking billionaire's island and you don't give a shit. You know, you're open to more things. You have access to more things and it could come in and destroy your character 1000%. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you don't have access to something, it's the best thing in the world for you. And a lot of people don't like that sad reality. A lot of people don't want to admit that shit. Like, yo, sometimes rejection is really God's protection. That shit is protect you. The fact that you don't got access to that shit that you want right now. The fact that you don't got access to that bottle. The fact that you don't got access to that dope. The fact that you don't got access to that girl or that man. The fact that you don't got access to that car that you would speed in. Jay-Z blames himself. Anybody who knows the story, Jay-Z got a song called Lost Ones with Chrisette Michele singing on the hook. Lost one, Like, you should go listen to that shit. Baby Girl Angel. What's up, Baby Girl Angel? Welcome. Y'all should go listen to the song Jay-Z, Lost Ones. Jay-Z ends up mentioning that his nephew died in a car that he bought. He said, my nephew died in a car I bought. So under that belief is partially my fault. He bought his nephew like a Chrysler Sebring or some shit. He bought his nephew a car. His nephew died in that car. And so that hurt him a lot. That was like his nephew, his sister's son, was in a car, or I don't know, sister or brother, whatever. His nephew was in a car that he bought and crashed it, and the car smashed him up and he died. So think about it, bro. Like, they from New York. Most motherfuckers don't got a car in New York. If Shorty wasn't in that car riding a train, he probably wouldn't have been in that car accident. He died. Can you imagine that shit? Like, you buy your nephew or your son a car and they die in that fucking car? That's that'll fuck you up. That'll make you not want to buy nobody a goddamn car. It's like, wow. Because I have money and access now, I can give people things now that may destroy them. That's kind of sad. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like, but it's because we're unaware of that shit. The most dangerous place is not the valley. The most dangerous place is the peak. You get interference and things come into your experience that don't come in the valley. Things never travel into the valley. You get people around your life that you may genuinely think are your best friends. They treat you really well. They feel good to your spirit. You might fall in with them. And they might not be good people at all. They might genuinely only be around for what it is that you have. And a lot of people are like scared of that shit. Some people are so afraid of getting money because they don't want to get used. It's like, I'm going to deny the money so I don't get used. It's like, those things aren't exclusive. So you go and get your fucking money. But like, there is a possibility you can get used. You just got to be smart. You got to have your discernment. You got to tread lightly into success. And I never heard anybody say this, so I'm just going to be the one to say it. Tread lightly into success. Actually, I heard Robert De Niro say something similar. He was like, when things are going really well for you, be calm, be cool. When things aren't going really well, and things aren't, be calm, be cool. Just calmly, coolly move forward. Robert De Niro was at that Hollywood Reporter Actors Roundtable shit. Boundaries, exactly. Thank you for sharing this very valuable perspective. Absolutely, Just Jazzy. Absolutely. Appreciate y'all for being here. Robert De Niro was talking at that roundtable, and he was like, I've seen a lot of people come in this industry, and I've seen a lot of people go. The best thing to do is just move calmly and coolly at all times. If you got the biggest movie in the world, or if you got a flop, move calmly and coolly forward. And hey, not a lot of people got a career like Robert De Niro. You know what I'm saying? Tom Hanks actually said the same thing. They asked him, it was like, yo, Tom Hanks, what is one of the most valuable lessons you learned in all your years of being a high? He said, this too shall pass. He said, you You're going through hard times right now. You're not, getting booked or anything like that. Nobody's calling you. Your talents are being overlooked. This too shall pass. It'll pass. You stay in it, it'll pass. But he says, you're hot shit now. You winning. You got hit movies. You got the top of the world. You got all the money. Yeah, I'm watching Tom Hanks movie right now. I'm telling you. He said, yo, you got all the money. You got everything popping. This too shall pass. Be careful. You know what I'm saying? You think you're right. You can't be wrong about anything. You're right about everything because you're at the top of the world. I don't got to listen to nobody. I'm the one with the money. I don't got to listen to nobody because I'm the one with the fame. I don't got to listen to nobody. I'm the one with the healthy body. I don't got to, yeah, bullshit. It could all be taken away from you in a split second. So move calmly into your success and watch what happens. And also like retain your value, man, at all costs. It's so good to see you. What book of the Bible are you on right now? Baby Girl Angel. I'm actually on, I think I'm in 2 Corinthians. Yeah, I'm on page 463. I'm in 2 Corinthians right now. I'm not excited to read the rest of this Corinthians because I skimmed through and I realized I'm about to go through a section about loser kings. All the kings after Solomon was like taking L's. All them boys was like, they fell away from God. They started worshiping the wrong people. And that shit goes on for generations. That's like loser king after loser king after loser king after loser. Like, yo, it's like, this shit talks about like 50, well, this book, respectable book, talks about like 15 loser kings back to back. All of them is doing the wrong shit. All of them is getting killed. All of them is killing people and boiling babies and shit. I don't know. It's weird. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with it. 2 Corinthians. But the Bible is actually a very interesting book. And it taught me a lot. Like, even right now, what I'm saying about moving calmly into your success, I could pull 3 Bible stories about that shit right now. Like, all the kings of Israel. First off, Samuel was the prophet around that time. And the people of Israel, though they were whooping ass, Israel was dominating, the nation of Israel was dominating these other countries, kicking everybody's ass. Israel was whooping everybody and winning. But at some point, they decided that they wanted a king. They was like, yo, we want a king now. And Samuel was like, no, you don't want a king. A king is going to turn your daughters into housemaids and take pieces of your flock. You don't want a king. You don't need a king. God is your king. God is giving you the land. God is you're beating all the competition around here. But they're like, nah, we need a king because the other nations, they got kings. Somebody to go out and come in for them. So we need a king too. And Samuel's looking at them like, bruh, you're kicking their asses. I'm paraphrasing. Yes, of course. You're kicking their asses. Like, you're beating these other nations to death, literally. Why the fuck are you asking to have a king like them? They're losing to you. And they're like, no, we need a king because some other people got kings. And even that is a lesson because it's like, isn't it funny how we end up like trying to be like other people for no fucking reason, even people that are losing? Like, I want to be like this person. I fought this person, now I want to be like them. You beat them up though. You won the fight. Doing it your way. Yeah, but I want to do it their way now. Yeah, you sound stupid. So Samuel was like, yo, bro, comparison is a thief of joy. Facts. Samuel was like, yo, you don't need a king. God is your king. And so Samuel went and started talking to God, and God was like, yo, give him a king. The people are not satisfied with me being their king. Give him a king. You already warned them. And so now give him a king. Fine. And he's like, well, who's going to be the king? He said, I've chosen Saul to be the king. Apparently Saul was like a good-looking dude, and he stood head and shoulder above other men. So that means he was tall. So like, he's going to be the king. So he was anointed king. He did good. He was doing what he had to do. But at one point, Saul was the first king of Israel. So at one point, they're about to go into battle. And before they go into battle, they got to consult with Samuel, do the burnt offering to God. Samuel is going to tell them what God's will is for the battle, and they're going to go and fight. At one point, Saul is like, Samuel's taking too long. You know what? Let's just do the burnt offering. So he did the burnt offering, and he was about to go out in the war. But after they did the burnt offering, Samuel walked up. He was like, yo, what did you do? And Saul was like, yo, I did the burnt offering already. I didn't see you. I thought you wasn't coming. Samuel was like, nah, you betrayed God. You know, you knew what you were supposed to do when you did things your way. You knew God's way, but you chose to do your way. So now God's anointing has left your life. Now you're not going to be king of Israel no more. God has taken the anointing to be king off of you and given it to a man who's after his own heart. Immediately. That should happen like on sight. Oh, you fucked up today? I'm going to take your destiny. And I got so many stories about destiny changes. It's crazy. But I was like, all right, cool. You tripping. And it's no different than what I said a second ago. Me talking that shit and the thing. I didn't even tell nobody. It was just your heart posture, right? So Saul's heart posture was on some like, I could make the decision. I could go to war. I don't got to wait for God. I'm going to go over here and kill these boys. I'm going to kill the people all day. So he's like, I'm gonna go kill him. So Samuel came. He's like, yo, you did the burnt offering. God took the anointing off for you to be king and gave it to somebody else. Samuel ain't really like that. I mean, Saul ain't really like that, but whatever. So the anointing to be king left Samuel and went straight to a shepherd boy in the middle of nowhere, one of Jesse's sons. His name is David. That's how King David became king, because God spoke to Samuel, was like, hey, you're going to go to Jesse's house. You're going to anoint one of his sons. One of his sons is going to be the king. Jesse brought all his sons out. David wasn't there. He's like, don't you got any other sons? He's like, yeah, I got one. He's a shepherd. He's not a soldier. He's a shepherd. He said, bring the shepherd. And as soon as he seen him, God was like, this is the one that's going to be king. So Samuel was like, yo, you're going to be the next king of Israel. Random shepherd boy in the middle of nowhere. Saul, eventually they had to go up against Goliath. You know how that story goes. David wasn't even supposed to be there. David came to like talk to his brothers. His dad sent him with food for his brothers because they were on the battlefront. His brother's like, all right, now hurry up and go home. But one of the soldiers was like, yo, the king has promised one of his daughters and an inheritance to anybody who could kill Goliath. And David heard that shit and he was like, what? I like bringing these Bible stories into my like neighborhood slang shit because it's so funny. You're like, what? He's like, yeah, bro. He said he'll give his daughter, a princess, and an inheritance in the land to anybody who killed Goliath. He said, bro, I'll kill him. David came out of fucking nowhere and was like, I'll kill him. I'll kill him right now. He wasn't even a soldier. He was a shepherd. He just came down, heard it was smoke, seen it was a reward for eliminating the smoke. And he was like, I'll kill him right now. And so bro was like, all right. So someone heard that and brought him to the king. So Saul met David and was like, yo, you're not even one of my soldiers. David says, say less. Watch this. Facts. He said, you're not even one of my soldiers. Like, what? He said, no, well, my brothers are your soldiers, and I just came to bring them food, but I'll kill this giant if you need to. He's like, I can't really let you do that because you're not a fighter. He said, well, I'm not a fighter, but many times while I was out with the sheep, bears and lions have taken some of the sheep, so I had to go and fight the lions and fight the bears to get the sheep back, and I've killed a lion with my bare hands, and I've killed a bear with my bare hands. And so people was looking like, what? You could tell they was trying to act cool and shit. I was like, okay, we're going to act casual about this nigga saying he done killed the lion with his bare hands. No weapons, no, all right. And a bear too. All right, cool. So Saul was like, okay, well, you sound like you lit. Take my armor and my sword. And so they put the armor on him, put the sword on him. And he was like, man, I can't wear none of this. He was like, I can't wear none of this. This shit don't feel right. So he took all the armor off and just went and grabbed some rocks. And so Goliath came out and was like, yo, we not gonna fight. We're not gonna fight soldiers against soldiers. We're gonna choose one champion from us, one champion from y'all. If I beat your champion, y'all gotta be our slaves. If your champion beat me, then all of us gonna be y'all slaves. So Goliath walked up, David walked up, and they was like, man, you sent a kid out here to come and fight me? And that kid said, yo, I can't remember what David said exactly, but he's like, yo, bro, you gonna die right now. And so Goliath walked up, David walked up with a stone. The Bible says he threw the stone at Goliath's head. The stone hit his forehead and sank into his forehead. And he hit the ground. And then David walked up on him, took his own sword, and cut his head off. And all Goliath homeboys left. And then David just took all his shit. And David was lit from that point forward. He became a champion of Israel. People was like, yo, bro, this boy walked up with a rock and killed a giant. And so the people in Israel started singing a song. It was like, yo, Saul has killed his thousands, but David has killed his 10,000s. So now the king heard that song and was like, oh, they saying I want to kill 1,000, but this jit killing 10,000? I don't like it. So now Saul spends the next 5 chapters trying to kill David. He got jealous. He got jealous because the people of Israel was leaning on him, and word got to him that David was going to be the next king. So Saul is like, nah, I ain't ready to give up my kingdom to no fucking body. So he tried to kill David for years. He was chasing him for a long time and trying to kill David. And so that didn't end up happening. And then eventually Saul got killed in war. The people of Israel went and anointed David king. So Saul messed up. He missed out on his kingdom because he got high on his own supply. He was supposed to wait for Samuel to do the burnt offering so that he could go to war. He didn't do that. He was like, nah, I'm the one that make decisions. I don't got to wait for God to tell me where to go. I'm going to just go by myself. And so God was like, all right, bet. You're not going to be king no more. I can tell where your heart is. You're not going to be king. I'm going to take the anointing off of you and give it to somebody who really loved me for real. And so he lost his destiny in a moment of being high on his own supply. Here come King David. David did everything right, apparently. The Bible talks about David as a man who walked perfectly to God's word. And David killed a lot of people, bro. David killed a lot. Man, there's one scene in here where, bruh killed a lot of people. David was down for the murder. So David killed a lot of people. But he was also somebody who the Bible said was like walked perfectly in God's word. David is a king. So after Saul dies, they anoint David to be king. He becomes king. He's doing everything he got to do, fighting whoever he got to fight, building up Israel, doing what he got to do. One day, David goes to the roof of his own house, looks out, and sees a woman bathing. And he's like, oh, who that? Nah, I'm going to need that. So he sent one of his people. He like, nah, go get that girl for me. And they're like, yo, that's Bathsheba. That's the wife of Uriah the Hittite, one of your soldiers. Not only one of your soldiers, one of your mighty men. Essentially, like, she's the wife of one of your secret service. Like, you the president, and you got regular, like, law officers, but then you got secret service that's always by your side. That lady is the wife of, like, one of your secret service, like one of the dudes that's your mighty men, your trusted soldiers. There's only 30 of them in the whole hundreds of thousands of these fucking soldiers you got. Dave was like, I don't want to hear none of that shit. I need that girl today. And so he sent one of the people to go get the girl. She came to his house. David smashed her, sent her back home. Smashed her in a day. The king was vicious. Sent her ass back home. A few days later, she sent him a letter saying she's pregnant. And so David was like, all right, cool. David was like, it's funny because I've told this story a couple of times, and I like saying it because he is savage. After this, David was like, all right, she pregnant. I'm going to have to handle this. So he sent a letter to the front line and was like, hey, send Uriah the Hittite to me. This is her husband. Send her husband to me. He didn't know why he got called from the front line, but he came to David's crib. David spent the day with him. When the day was done, they ate, they chilled. You know, you can kind of tell in the tone of the Bible too that David was just like peeping him, like seeing what kind of dude he was. But they ate, they spent the day together, and then David was like, okay, now go home. So Uriah was leaving. David sent some people to follow him home. But then the people came right back. And he was like, didn't I tell you to go follow him home? And the people was like, yeah, you sent us to follow him, but he didn't leave. And what you mean? He said, he never left your house. He's here. He's in the other room. He's laying down on the couch over there. He didn't leave. He didn't go home. So David went out. He was like, yo, why are you still here? Didn't I tell you to go home? He was like, well, I don't understand why I would go home. He said, I don't know why you called me to come back from war, but my general is sleeping outside. My brothers are outside sleeping in tents. I'm not going to go home and sleep and lay up with my wife. I don't know why you need me, but I'm not going to leave your side. I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to stay in your house. I'm going to stay here. I'm not going to leave your side. I don't know why you called me. So David was pleased. He was like, okay, cool. He let him stay the night. The next day, he spent the day with him again. And he was like, all right, now go home. Go see your wife. And so bro was like, damn, you know what's crazy? I'm even understanding something deeper now. Now that I'm retelling the story. Because he kept telling him to go home. Damn, I get it now. That's fucked up. That's dark. All right, so it was like, he was like, yo, I get it now, dog. That shit is wild. I get what this nigga was doing. That's fucked. That's weird. I understand it completely. Wow, that's crazy. You know, when you finally, it clicks in your mind, but it's not expressed explicitly in what you read, but you get it. So anyway, the second day come around, he spent a day with him. They eat, they chill. And he's like, all right, now go home. Then he sent some people to follow him home. He come back. Didn't I tell you to follow him home? Day number 2. He was like, yeah, but he didn't leave again. He's still here. He's not leaving your crib. So David went out, why you not leaving, bro? He said, look, you my king. I'm not going to leave your side. I'm going to stay here. I'm not going to go and lay up with my wife. I'm going to stay here. So David was like, all right, cool. He said, take this letter and go back to war. Take it to the general. And so he was like, all right, cool. He gave him the letter. He went back to war. He went to, I think the guy's name was Joab or something like that. He was the general at the time. General opened up the letter and says, yo, find where the hardest fighting is and put Uriah the Hittite where the hardest fighting is and then back away from him so he'll be struck down and killed. Find where the smoke is at. Send this boy to the deepest, hardest fighting, and then all the soldiers get away from him so he'll be killed on the front lines. The general just obliged. He sent him out. Bro got killed. Sent a letter back. David sent a letter back saying, hey, don't let this matter bother you. People die in war every day. Don't worry about it, right? Word got back, oh, Uriah the Hittite died. Bathsheba, who was his wife, she mourned for a few days. Her husband died. And then she packed her shit and moved into the king's house. And she married the king, and now she one of the king's wives. Savage, ain't it? And so that shit is wild. You know what's fucked up, though? The fucked up thing is that I'm understanding that. All right, I'm going to say it after this part. So after that, Bathsheba now, she's one of David's wives. So the prophet at the time, Gio, thank you for the follow. So the prophet at the time is Nathan. So Nathan knows what went down because God talks to whoever the prophet is at the time. They know what's going on because God be talking to them directly. They the ones who talk and intercede for the people between God. So Nathan already got the download. He knew what went down. So the next day, he go to King David. He like, yo, David, I want to tell you a story. You know, what's up? He said, so there's a really rich man in the town, right? He has a lot of sheep and a lot of goats. He's blessed with a lot. He got a lot of goats, a lot of sheep, a lot of herds. He's a very rich man in town. He's like, okay. He said, and also, there's also a really poor man in town. He's like, all right. He said, a really poor man, he only has one goat. You know, he only has one goat, but he grew up with that goat. That goat ate at his table, and he and that goat are essentially best friends. He was like, all right, cool. He said, now, the rich man, he has a guest coming over. And so he wants to have like a feast for the guest when he comes over. But the rich man doesn't want to slay any of his own goats, even though he has many. So he stole the one goat from the poor man, slayed it, and served it as a feast for his guest. What do you think of that? King David was pissed. He was like, surely, as I'm the king, this man will be put to death today. Whoever this is, he's a wicked man. He will be put to death today. And not only that, 4 times more than that rich man has taken from the poor man shall be taken from him and all his sons, no matter what, forever. That's surely that man will be put to death today. And Nathan was like, okay. You are that man. And David was like, oh. He's like, you're the man. You stole the wife of Uriah the Hittite. You are the king of Israel. You have everything in this possession in your grasp. This is your shit. You have multiple wives. You have multiple concubines. You have multiple children. That man had one wife. Not only did you take his wife, sleep with his wife, impregnate his wife, but you also called him back from war and sent him back with a letter to a king, to a general, so that he would get struck down, killed in war. And he said, you struck him down. Not only was he a soldier, he was one of your mighty men too. You struck him down with the sword of your enemy. God is telling you to eradicate these people, and you use them to kill an ally of yours, an innocent man. You the one. You the rich man in the story. You fucked up. And so David started crying. David tore his clothes. Apparently in the Bible, every time bad shit happened, niggas just tear their clothes. He tore his clothes and he's crying. He's like, oh my God, I've sinned. I'm so sorry. Now he feeling bad, right? Now he feeling because his spot got blown up. Bro was like, you're the rich man. Hey, I'm just showing up for you to bed. What's up, beauty? Welcome. Baby girl Angel. I'm sure Dave was shaking his boots. Appreciate you for stopping by, beauty. And it's cool to see you up in here. And I know you got to go to bed, but we ain't talking about David being a savage. And so that shit was wild. Bro was like, yeah, you are that man. You're the one you're the rich man. You up late. I don't even know what time it is right now. Oh, yes. On the West Coast, it's only 10 o'clock. So, yeah, you're right. I guess I am up late. I'm just in my bag right now talking about the story. I'm mad I got to miss the live. No, you good. I'll probably be on for like another 10, 15 minutes. But I appreciate you for stopping in, beauty. And so, and have a good night as well. Always appreciate your energy up in here. So David is a savage. David was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I've sinned. And Nathan was like, man, because you sin like that, the throne is going to be taken away from you and your family is going to be blotted out of the history of Israel forever. And bro was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He's like, well, because you're sorry and God love you, it's not going to happen in your lifetime. It's going to happen in one of your descendants' lifetimes. And so David was a savage. David, just like Saul, David got high on his own supply. He's a king, he lit, and he think that he could just fuck another nigga's wife and then get her pregnant. And then not only that, kill the man. David was the king. He had control over everybody's life. And that guy was fighting for him. That was one of his own soldiers that he killed. It wasn't like the soldier of an enemy. And it's weird because when I read that story, I'm like, David told the man to come and he spent the day with him. They just chilled and ate. So in my mind, I'm like, David was like trying to peep his energy. David was probably trying to justify it in his brain. Like, oh, if he a savage, then I'm going to be justified in killing him. If he's greedy, if he's a cheater, if he's a liar, if he's not keeping to the covenants, I could probably kill him because he ain't good peoples, right? But Uriah was a loyal guy, so much so that he didn't even want to go home and be with his wife after being away at war. He was willing to stay at the king's house. He was dope. And so David was like, yo, go. But the crazy part is what I just noticed in this shit too. the big realization that I realized was like, they was like, go home. First day. And he told the people to follow Uriah. The people came back. Oh, he didn't leave. He's still here. They're like, huh? Why you in here? Oh, I'm not going to go lay up with my wife. I'm going to chill here with y'all. And so David was like, all right, stay here tonight. And the next day, he's like, yo, go home. Bro, like, no, I ain't going to leave. And so what I'm getting now is like, damn, you know what? David, that nigga, David knew he fucked this guy's wife and knew that she was pregnant. So he brought that nigga back from war and tried to get him to go home to fuck his own wife so that that nigga would be convinced that it was his baby, probably. Like, imagine that. That is some... Why? Because why else was he so concerned about that nigga going home? Go home. Go lay with your girl. Go home. Go kick it. Nah, I'm not going to leave, bro. I'm a ride or die. I'm going to stay with you. I don't know why you called me back, but I'm here. They was like, all right, nigga. And then the next day, he like, yo, go home. Go kick it with your wife. Nah, I'm not going to go kick it with my wife. I'm going to stay here because I'm loyal. Damn, David tried to cover his fucking tracks. That's crazy. He brought Uriah back, peeped his game. When he realized he was a good dude, he like, all right, I'm not going to kill this nigga. I'm going to just trick this nigga to thinking that that baby is his. Hey, go home and stay with your wife. And nigga said, nah, I ain't going to leave. And once the last day, he like, oh, I'm not going to leave. David like, all right, man, I'm going to have to kill this nigga because he's too good. And so David fell into the same trap that Saul fell into the trap of. Saul had jealousy and envy for David because David was a good dude that Israel was behind. And Saul wanted something that David had, which was the anointing that God took from him and gave to David. And then going to David saw something that Uriah the Hittite had that he wanted, that girl. He said, man, I'm going to need that. And he went and he took it, and then he tried to cover his tracks, but he couldn't do it. So he said, okay, in order for me to avoid scandal, I got to put this dude to death. I'm the fucking king, and that's going to be my choice. I'm going to put him to death, and then on top of that, after he died, I'm going to marry that fucking girl. That's the craziest shit in the world to me. That's savagery at its finest. I'm going to fuck your girl while you're not around, and then I'm going to have you killed in war just to cover my own tracks and my own sin. The only one who knows is Nathan. Spiritual ass Nathan. He know everything because he's a prophet, so he know what happened. But nobody else know. That's savage. The weirdest thing is that Bathsheba, who's the wife of the other guy who was caught up in that scandal, is the mother of Solomon. So King Solomon, who's like the wisest and the most popping king Israel ever had, was birthed in that mess of a Jerry Springer ass episode between David and this chick who was married, and he done put a baby in her and killed her husband. That's crazy. And she's King Solomon's mom. And then here come King Solomon, the wisest, richest ruler of Israel. Bruh had it popping. There was no war during his time. All the nations paid homage to him. He was like at the top. God came to him in a dream and was like, yo, what do you want? Ask me for anything, I'll give it to you. He's like, I just want wisdom. You know, he said, I'm a small child, and you have me here in the midst of these great people, and I feel like a small child. I don't know how to come in and how to go out. Just bless me with wisdom so I can lead these people. And God was like, you know what? I'm so pleased with that. The fact that you asked for wisdom, you didn't ask for gold, you didn't ask for land, you didn't ask me to kill your enemies. I'm gonna do all that anyway and give you wisdom. And so his reign was prosperous. The only thing God told him to do was be cautious and do not marry foreign women and start worshiping foreign gods. That's the only thing that I'm gonna tell you. Do not marry foreign women and do not worship foreign gods, but I'm gonna give you everything else. And he did. He gave him wealth, power, fame, fortune, everything you could think of. But just like clockwork, that nigga fucked up too. In the middle of his night, this nigga King Solomon had 300 wives and 700 concubines. This nigga had 1,000 women he could smash at any point in time. That's a king for your ass. That's next level shit. But he started marrying foreign women. You know what I'm saying? And worship. He built temples to foreign gods, or sacrifices to foreign gods. And it's like, bro, third king in a row. You getting high on your own supply. You know what I'm saying? You were so good, doing so good for so long. Again, the place that you need to be worried about is not the valley. When things get hard, we get real good. When things get hard, we start praying to God. When things get hard, we get real loyal. When things get hard, we get real motivational. When things get hard, we wake up early, we on time, we working. When things get hard, when things get good, we get lazy. We wake up late. We don't do what we got to do. We're not showing up how we supposed to show up. We're not succeeding the way that we're supposed to succeed. We're not doing what it is that we need to do. Because we have the ability now. We're free. All the things we was working hard for, we already got. All the shit I was praying for, I already got. I don't need to pray no more. I already got it. God already gave me what I'm going to pray for. Money, I got it. When I'm praying for health, I got it. I don't need to pray no more. You stop praying, you start talking to God, you stop showing up the way that you showed. You forgot what brought you to the party. And that is the scariest shit in the world. And it's sad because it's a double-edged sword. The knowledge that you forget will bring you to the party stops some people from being successful because they are afraid to be successful, because they know that they're going to be face to face with demons and monsters and shit that they never felt before. Demons of the soul, dark nights of the soul, temptation that they never had before. The ability to have anything you want anytime you want it. Why would I stay on a diet? I could eat cheesecake all fucking day. Niggas come up to me every day asking me how I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm the one that's popping. And when you live like that and when you get so lit, people start telling you how great you are. And the only time you fuck up is when you actually believe that. Like, it's cool when people tell you that you're great. You're great. You're great. You're great. Yes, that's great. Thank you. I'm glad that you choose those words to describe me. That's awesome. Don't really care though, because I know who's really great and I know how this world is really set up and I know I'm supposed to stay on my pivot. But at the second you let that shit really sink into your brain that you're fucking great and you make all this shit happen and your decisions are so perfect and you the one that's making all this shit click, oh, bro, you're a goner. You're a goner. Watch. You're a goner. The second you let that shit sink into your brain that you the one that's making this shit work, bro, your destiny will change because you will start believing your own hype. You just like Saul, he a king, he got high on his own supply. Just like David, Saul got high on his own supply, said, I'm going to make the decision. I don't got to wait for God. I'm going to go to war now. God was like, I don't like that. On to the next. David knew everything God wanted him to do. Ain't nowhere in the Bible did it ever say smash another nigga's wife and then get her pregnant and then kill the husband so no one finds out. No, that's savagery at its finest. He still chose to do that. He did all three of them things. Fucked her, got her pregnant, and killed the man. You know what I'm saying? And had dinner with that nigga 2 nights straight before he killed him. Shit crazy. You a savage. Mafioso savage. You fucked up. You got high on yours because you a king. You think you could do that. You think you could fuck any girl you see. So you like, what I need to wait for. I'm king. I get to do what I want. I gotta go. But thank you again for that. Absolutely, Just Jazzy. I'm gonna follow you back. Appreciate your energy. You've been here the whole time. Appreciate you. Thank you for liking the live. Appreciate you, Just Jazzy. You the truth. See you next time. Yeah, David got high on his own supply, and he was like, I'm a king. What I gotta wait for? I see that girl I want to smash. I'm gonna do that. Go and get her. The person that he sent to go and get her literally said, hey, bro, that woman is the wife of one of your friends. Nigga said, I don't care about that. Go and get her. See you soon. Peace, Just Jazzy. Have a good night. Enjoy your night, and see you next time. I'm gonna jump a lot tomorrow, so we continue this tomorrow. But go and get her. He high on his own supply. Destroyed his legacy like that. And then King Solomon came. He did everything right, but then he did the one thing wrong. And it's like all of them got high on their own supply. All of them was like, I'm too big to fail. The second you start thinking that shit, I'm too big to fail, is the second that you fail. It's all going to come apart for you. So the best thing to do, man, is move calmly into your success. Calmly, smoothly. Don't worry about like keeping up with the Joneses. Fuck what these people think. Fuck what they say. Thank you for the compliments, but I can't afford to let that shit get into my mind because you deploying the compliment, you think it's a good thing and it's great and I'm so happy, but me allowing that to get inside my psyche will fucking destroy me. It will destroy my legacy. It will destroy my life. It will destroy my momentum. It will destroy everything I built. If I allow myself to get high on my own supply and think that I'm that fucking great, I'm not. I'm a servant to the Most High. God gave me a ability to do what I gotta do, and that's it. And if I let that shit, nah, I can't let it get inside my head, and I can't allow it to like to convince me that I'm God. I'm not. I'm moving calmly and I'm moving smoothly into my success. I'm moving cautiously into my success because this shit has the power to destroy you. It's not the valley you got to worry about. It's the peaks. It's the top. That's what you got to worry about. So don't let this shit get to you, bro. 3 kings, the first 3 kings of Israel all fell to the same temptation, thinking that they above the law, getting so high on their own supply, they start making decisions and forgot who brought them to the party. They was real devout when they needed God. But the second that everything could be answered by them, they switched up. So don't do that. Stay focused. And we all are victim of that. We all are guilty of that. We all do that shit sometimes where it's like, man, I could do this shit myself. There's so many times I think of like decisions that I could make, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna just do that. I remember one time my girl invited me to a party, my ex-girl. That's so good, King. Thank you, baby girl Angel. It's just real. I remember one time my ex, she invited me to a party. She was like, yo, pull up to this party. Come to this party with me tonight. And I was preparing for an opportunity. I was actually preparing to go on Netflix and go on Rhythm and Flow. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna pull up to this party. And you know the cool thing is, I was fucking with it. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm pulling to that party. Cause I knew where I was going. I knew that I'm gonna know some people in there. I knew it was gonna big my head up. I knew I was gonna go inside an environment that I was already glorified in. I'm gonna be up in there with my girl. Everything gonna be, I'm lit. I made the decision I was gonna go. But I was so yielded to God at that point that I'm like, I wanna go to that party. That's like a no-brainer. I'm gonna go. But then I was like, wait, before you make that decision, sit and meditate and talk to God about it first. And I went home and I meditated and I asked God, should I go to this party? And I heard in my head, God said, no, don't go to that party. And I was like, what? But this is easy business. Like, I'm the man in my city, man. I'm not joking about that shit. Like, I'm not the richest person in Miami, and I'm not the most popular person, I guess, depending on whatever in Miami. But I'm respected and I'm loved on in my city. I know who I am. You know what I'm saying? I go places and I have a certain kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? I have a certain kind of rapport with people. People know me who know me, and it's always cool because I'm me. I'm consistent. I've always been me. So niggas know they can rely on me to be me. And I've done a lot of things in Miami that niggas have not done. So I'm like one of them people that people know, and I'm just cool. And I've earned it. So it's not something that like no one gave that shit to me. I just showed up so many times that I became known in my area. So this is one of them places where it's like, oh, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna have a good time in this motherfucking place because I know what area that is, and I know I'm good in that area, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna know a bunch of people, and it's gonna be lit. God said, don't go to that party, and so I sent her a text back. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to go, and I stayed and I prepared for Rhythm and Flow for like 2 months. I go up in Rhythm and Flow. Very first day I'm there, they kick me out. How weird is that? They kicked me right off the show, and I'm like, damn, I'm not even good enough to make it to the second round. I know I'm better than all these niggas. What the fuck is going on? But it's like all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord, bro. Like eventually, all the irons, not the iron, all the wrinkles get ironed out eventually. I don't know why I wasn't supposed to go to that party, but I do know that I'm alive today. I'm in alignment with my destiny today. I moved to another town. God is sustaining me every single day in every single way, in more ways than I even can fathom. I got a recording studio. I got perfect health in my body. I got a bunch of opportunities on the internet and in real life. And sometimes it's as simple a decision as something small like that. I thought, like, yeah, I'm going to go to that shit. No pressure. But I don't make decisions by myself no more. I mean, I want to talk to God about my decisions, man. Because I don't want to be the kind of person that's listening to God when I need something. But then when I can figure it out by myself, oh, I'll talk to God later when I come back from the party. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? That's trash. Imagine having a kid that only talk to you when they need something from you. You know what I'm saying? That's weak. You don't think that child really loves you. If they only reach out to you every time they need something from you, I don't think this kid love me. I think this kid love me if everything is going right in this kid life and they still ask me for advice. They still lean on me. They still be like, hey, how can I involve you in my day-to-day? In what way can we do this together? Let's do this together. Because when I was at my lowest, he was there for me, bro. When I was really at my lowest, God was there for me. God empowered me. I felt the spirit on me in a bunch of different ways. So when things get better for me now, I want to still maintain that frequency. I still want to be that person. You know what I'm saying? And it's an interesting thing to do because you walking calmly into your success. You're not waking up tomorrow and I'm fucking lit and I'm the fucking smartest and the richest and the most balling. Nah, it's more like today feels like every other day of my life, except I have more to show for it. I have more money in my account now. I have 2 or 3 cars outside now. And I got this big ass, dope ass house outside. But I can't afford to let any of that shit get to my mind, bro. I can't afford to put my value in any of them fucking things. My value is in who I am, my relationship with God, and how we do what we're designed to do, how we move through the world and how we tag team life. That's my value. That's the real shit. That will sustain you no matter who you are, where you are. If you only feel strong when you rich, or if you only feel strong when you drunk, or if you only feel strong when you hot, or if you only feel strong when you got 5 friends around you, you're not really fucking strong. But if you and God could go into an environment with nothing special, no advantages, no perks, no nothing, just y'all two, you working with some real shit at that point. You working with true confidence at that point, because that's something that is yours forever. You and God, y'all could do that forever. You know what I'm saying? Despite what you're wearing, the clothes will fade, the shoes will break, the car will destroy itself, everything breaks. But that, you could take that to the bank forever. So I highly recommend people move like that, man. That's how I'm moving right now. And God is sustaining me in an incredible way. And I can't take credit for it at all, because I don't even know where it's coming from half the time. It's like the favor that God got over my life. I can't even understand it. You know what I'm saying? So I motivate people to do that, man. And this is all happening in real time. So if something else comes around that changes what I think, I'll let y'all know. But that's amazing. Thank you, baby girl angel. I'm just keeping it as real as I can, man, because God has shown up for me in ways that I can't even comprehend. So the least I could do is show up and give God credit, you know, and do my best to include God in all my decisions. Because 3 fucking kings of Israel, like 3 kings who all literally spoke to God and had prophets around them speak to God on them, like, bro, you had a direct contact with the Alpha and Omega, told you exactly what to do, and you still fucked it up. That's crazy. And you're a king. Like, you're fit to rule other people, and you still fucked it up. So it's like, if a king could fuck up, yo, is there any hope for the rest of us? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, you gotta just be calm. Move calmly into your success, man. Move coolly and calmly into it. Cautiously, I would say. Cautiously into it, because so many vices will show up, and they'll show up when you least expect it. So you gotta stay focused on what it is that you came for. Don't let anything overtake you. Overcome your adversities, but don't let them overtake you. And don't forget where you come from. Like, that doesn't mean be stuck by your limitations. No, like, forget those limitations. Don't be limited by anything. You and God are unlimited. Y'all can do anything together. But as long as y'all do it together, you know what I'm saying? Just do it together. You and God, just go and do it together. Whatever y'all do it together, and watch everything start working in your favor. And the only task after that, which was the only task for all 3 of those kings of Israel, was like, just keep God first. Keep God in mind. If Saul would have kept God first, he would have waited to do that offering before going into war. If David would have kept God first, he would have kept his dick in his pants and not smashed that girl that he seen. Random girl he just seen. He's like, I need to fuck her today. She must have been fine, though, I'll be real. And then, third one, Solomon, if he would have just kept God first, he would have remembered, I'm not supposed to be worshipped. Why am I building altars to other gods if that's the only thing God told me not to do? You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to forget who brought you to the party. Don't let the germ get in. Don't let the infection get in. Even Adam and Eve fucked up because they forgot who brought them to the party. God said, you can eat of all of the trees in the garden except for this one. And then the serpent came in, and God said, God said, you can't eat all the trees. He said, no, he said, you can't eat all the trees. You can't eat this one. He's like, oh, because he said, we'll die. He said, you're not going to die. You're just going to be like God. You're going to know about good and evil. And so the girl, she fell for that shit and she ate it. But it's like, yo, we constantly, human beings, we constantly forget who brought us to the party. Think about how many kids disrespect their parents every day. Some kid is disrespecting his parent right now. Parent to change your fucking diapers. Like, come on. We constantly forget who brought us to the party, so it's our job to remember. If you don't remember your own fucking name, remember what brought you to the party. If you don't remember your birthday, remember who brought you to the party. If you don't remember where the fuck you are or what you are, just remember who brought you to the party, and you'll be okay. Everything in life can be restored to you as long as you remember who brought you to the party. But the second you forget that, nothing else matters any fucking way. You know what I'm saying? You're going to lose. You're about to take an L. And to the people who don't believe in God, man, I wish y'all the best. Because I've had real conversations with my maker. And God has told me to do things that didn't make sense in the time. But then in like a day or a week or a month, some shit opened up and it made perfect sense as to why that needed to happen. And so I say that to say, believe, believe, believe. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my live for the day. I appreciate y'all for being up in here. I'm gonna log off. Thank y'all for being up in here, baby girl Angel and LeBanks. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being up in here. Yeah, I've been talking for 3 hours. And I hope y'all enjoyed this live. I'm gonna repost this on YouTube, so y'all be able to watch this recap on YouTube. I'm gonna see if I could repost it now, actually. And so yeah, if y'all seen anything in here that y'all like, go to the King Hoodie Raps YouTube channel and y'all can rewatch it. I hope you're experiencing peace that surpasses understanding, King. Yes, please. Absolutely, baby girl Angel. I'm gonna repost it. I'm gonna put it right now, so it'll be up by the probably in like an hour or less, depending on how long it takes me to re-download it. But yeah, I'm gonna put this up and I'm gonna date it. So yeah, y'all have an amazing night, and I pray that y'all have also a peace that surpasses all understanding and have an incredible night. Thank you, LeBanks. Ain't seen you in a while. We definitely got to catch up. I'm gonna jump on live tomorrow, so y'all pull up on me tomorrow, and we'll do what we do. But yeah, y'all have an amazing night. Thank y'all for riding with me this entire time. And I hope that this was a good live. I hope that this served you guys, and at least at the bare minimum, gave you something to consider. But yeah, I'm going to see y'all later. Have an amazing night. Peace. Thank you as well. Absolutely, baby girl Angel. Peace, LeBanks. See y'all later.